Welcome to the pregame show brought to you by HR Mobile Services. Call HR Mobile Services for all your human resource needs. Hey, we've got a football game tonight, the season debut of Friday Night Rivals. We're going to have a good game, we think. Justin Garza against Emmanuel. But we're a little late. The JV game is still going on, 3.5 minutes left in the third quarter. So we have some other fun things for you to get you through that time until it's actually time for the varsity game to kick off. And we'll start by sending it downstairs to Kevin Miller. Kevin?
Season 13, we're getting a little bit on in age, so we got to get warmed up this season, y'all. We're going to get into a lather a little bit as we get it started with none other than Chris Stubner of Wendy's. Chris, what's up?
Kevin, what is this, 30 years now we've been doing this?
It feels like just yesterday, my friend. You got the flavor, you're rocking it. I'm trying to keep up, and we talk about getting it started, season 13, but Wendy's gets us started in the morning. What's for breakfast?
That's right. We have a new addition to America's favorite breakfast, French toast sticks.
What? Here, you do this. Tell us about it.
Now, the French toast sticks, now I don't want to say anything against Mom, but these are on a brioche bread with a creamy custard inside, with a fried crispy in our restaurants. You can get them in a 4-piece, 6-piece, or a 6-piece combo. Now, these don't start till Monday, but
Sneak peek.
don't tell anybody. If you come into my restaurants this weekend, you can get French toast sticks. We're going to be serving the community this weekend.
This weekend, Friday Night Rivals family, you get the sneak peek, the special look, and the taste of all tastes, the French toast sticks, courtesy of Chris Stubner. That's good, man. That's good. I mean, 4 favorite food groups: candy, candy cane, candy corn, and syrup. And on top of that, with the sticks, man, it's beauty must. So we'll be there all weekend long, that's for sure. And then we've got some folks in the Central Valley that are looking for some gainful employment. There are some opportunities with Wendy's, yes?
We're hiring right now team members, shift managers, assistant managers, general managers. We work with school schedules. So you go into school, come work for us. Great pay, great benefits.
Right, you heard that, Central Valley. And then what we really appreciate about Wendy's is the way that you give back to the community in creative, innovative, and fun ways. Are the Boo Books coming back? I mean, is that on the horizon? It's only August, right?
Don't say it, it's September. Boo Books will be in your Wendy's restaurants, and 100% of the proceeds go to the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, which is near and dear to all of us, is helping the kids out.
You bet, you bet. And speaking of the kids, Chris, you've been a longtime partner of Friday Night Rivals. We appreciate that partnership. What's the inspiration for Wendy's to be a part of this community event known as FNR?
You know, I think it's just the kids. They're our future leaders, and we know that. And that's our whole thing, is to help develop the kids. When we do the scholarship, you know, at the end of the season, I mean, that brings tears to your heart, you know, when you hear the stories of these kids. And that's what we're all about. And that's why we'd love to have them come work for us. And like I said, we work with the school schedules. So again, help give them the skills that they'll need to go out in the world.
You bet, yeah. And you mentioned the Vince Wesson Scholar Athlete Award, sponsored by Wendy's, and that's been a year-long commitment. We have students who are out in our community making that difference, courtesy of the scholarship, courtesy of Wendy's. And we really appreciate you, Chris. Now, of course, you're the host, the star of the Chris Stubner Show, so we haven't started the game yet, and we're getting to it. Guardians versus Eagles coming at you, Central Valley. So I do need a carbo load because my energy level's a little low. So if you just take this right now, and then I'm just going to kind of get into this, and then it just so happens that we got a Frosty. Don't judge. Don't judge.
And that's what we do, FNR. Chris Stubner, Wendy's, we got a lot of more. We'll be back right after this.
Delectable. The carbohydrates are starting to kick in. Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals Season 13, Game 1, featuring Justin Garza High School, the Guardians versus Emmanuel Eagles. It's the very first varsity game for the Guardians of Garza High School. So we're looking forward to all things trailblazing. And you know, Central Valley, there's not a week that goes by that someone doesn't stop me and wonder about the marvel that is the production of Friday Night Rivals. And here's the deal, because we got a little pregame, we're waiting for the JV game to finish, we're about set to get kicked off here in a little bit with our varsity. We can take a sneak peek and look at the magic that occurs in order for us to have this marvelous production we know as Friday Night Rivals. 13 seasons, and you know the epicenter, the heart, the soul happens to be the team and the truck. And right over my shoulder, that's none other than Jose, man. He's our director. Jose, what's good?
What's up? Hey, Kevin. He's the director.
And we've got all directors in here. All directors. We got Bob in here. Okay, so we're going to do a quick roll call here. Introduce yourself right on.
Charles, I'm the graphics operator.
All right, outstanding. Introduce yourself right on.
Don Thompson, TD, technical director.
And of course, I'm just letting you build up, Bob. Don't get all of it. Come on.
I don't know what I am. He just said he was the director. You called him a director. So what am I supposed to do?
Commander extraordinaire.
Oh,
you're the commander. Yeah.
Okay, I can do that
You
one.
run the ship.
Yeah, I can do that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Bob, how many seasons has it been for Friday Night Rivals and you? What's that partnership been like? How long?
I think it's 6.
Wow. All right.
Or this is the 6th one. Yeah.
Indeed. Season 13. Can you believe it?
Yeah. Yeah, watching you guys. Yeah, I can believe it's been that long.
Well, man, I'm telling you, you make us look good, that's for sure. So Bob, as you put all this together, you coordinate everybody in the truck, and we can see the magic happening. We got all these screens going. You're looking good, by the way. Okay, that is your good side. All right, definitely. And we've got the student section. We can see Ralph and Cam, every angle of them. I don't know if they can parade wave. Can they hear us?
Ralph and Cam, give me a wave.
Yeah, oh, there, see. Ralph was, he was runner-up back in the day for Prom King's assistant to the regional manager. And so he knows how to parade wave, and take an L with that. And then Cam, he was king like every year since 6th grade, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. So, hey, Bob. Yeah, see, now I'm interrupting. Okay, calm it down. I'm interrupting. But, hey, what is your favorite part about this production of Friday Night Rivals?
Closing credits?
It's a show well done, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And then Jose, okay, and by the way, Central Valley, when I hear voices in my head, it is the voice of Jose right here.
Okay.
And Jose, you've been with us for a number of years, right?
Yeah, since the season started. I worked at Fox and CW for a long time, and I think I was here for one of the first seasons. So, yeah.
Right on. So he's an OG trailblazer for sure. Jose, how about you? What's your favorite part about this production and what we do?
I think everybody collaborating, working as a team. That's one of my favorite parts, is everybody has their role, and we all come together to put a good product out, and we make you look good.
Oh, my gosh. Do you ever? And that's hard to do, y'all. Ooh, I see it right there on the screen. Francisco, not so close, man. Not so close. Who's in charge of audio here, okay? Audio? Okay. Let's come back here. The magic continues. Oh, for sure. Oh, he's the closer right here, all right? Okay, so Richard is right here. So Richard, how you doing, and how do you enjoy Friday Night Rivals here? Do you love it or what?
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, man. And here's the thing about Richard that I appreciate so much is that he's got to really crank down the volume when I get on the microphone. I don't know how he does it, man. He keeps the levels. Look at that, man. It's like the 1s and 2s, man. But we appreciate you. What's your favorite part about being a part of Friday Night Rivals?
I just love the community.
Yeah.
Love the community.
Yeah, we appreciate you giving back. For sure. Right on. All right, Francisco, which is fun to say. Everybody say Francisco. Never gets old, Francisco. And then we got the crew right here. Jim, Kendrick. I'm going to sit down right here. How about you, sir?
I'm Bill.
And Bill, the man, the myth, the legend. Bill, how long have you been doing Friday Night Rivals, and what do you love about it?
I think 2015.
Yeah.
And it was... It's amazing how a lot of the stadiums in the Valley they rival junior colleges.
Yes.
And some of them, like this one or Kingsburg, they have elevators, they've got a full press booth. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yes.
But no, it's fun.
Yeah, and the efforts that this team makes for setup, I mean, They're here Friday morning, maybe at 2:30 a.m., right? Getting everything set up. I'm sure there are no problems, no technical issues whatsoever, right, Bill? Yep. And they've seen it all. They've done it all. And then right before it's time to flip that switch, everything's perfect. And Central Valley, you are the beneficiaries of all this hard work. And you've heard it time and time again. It's the team, the team, the team. And we got much love to this team, that's for sure. So, Francisco, are you ready for a full game, my man?
Oh, you betcha.
All right. And Francisco's going to high step any tacklers that come his way. Flying Francisco, and all of you vets that have been watching Friday Night Rivals, you know that Francisco, he takes one for the team, literally. All right? And we got love for you. We're going to have a great show tonight. We're looking forward to some really good football, and we're going to continue to show you the magic that's behind the production of FNR. And we'll be back right after this.
Welcome back, everybody, as we have our extended pregame show tonight before this contest. The JV game has just started the fourth quarter. We're told now they're shooting toward an 8 p.m. start time, so we have some more time to fill. So let's just talk about what we're going to see, Cam, when we get into this game. First of all, the significance for Garza, the first ever varsity game.
Yeah, I mean, what a rare opportunity, right? Not just for us to broadcast this to everybody, to see the first varsity game of a new institution, but for these kids, I mean, this is historic. Very rare is it that you are the first to do something in 2022. It's all been done. Everybody's done everything. But this is an opportunity for these kids to kick off Justin Garza High School, named after former Central High School coach Justin Garza, who was just an amazing individual. You know, a great football coach, great leader of young men, but a fantastic person. That's why a football coach at Central has a school named after him, and it's you know, Joseph Ferris, the head coach here, is the perfect man to lead Justin Garza in their first varsity football game tonight.
Now, when we look out at the press box in this direction, the new campus is right there, the Justin Garza High School, and we've watched it go up over the last year, because it started.
Didn't look like that when we watched Central and Liberty play here last fall.
No, it didn't, and yeah, you're right, to build it in honor of Justin Garza, who I knew, worked with, interviewed several times, watched him coach, watched him lead guys, the way he worked with them in classrooms and all of that. Yeah, it was a sad day when we lost him, and but this is standing now in his honor and in his memory, and that building is gonna do a lot of great things gonna happen inside that high school over the years that bears his name.
Yeah, it's, you know, how rare is it to have something built in honor of you know, you're Justin Garza is no longer with us, but Justin Garza, what he represented, the type of person and leader he was, will live on forever now in Central Unified School District. It's a testament to the type of individual that he was and what he represented, and I'm excited to see these guys go at it tonight. I mean, no seniors on the roster. You're playing varsity football. A lot of opportunities for a lot of young players that may not get those opportunities if you had 12th graders. So
I was talking a while ago down on the field with George Petrosons, the former Clovis West head coach, who is on the staff here at Garza, and he said he was thinking when they had last year's freshman team, 50 freshmen out there that are not going to Central. So Central's probably, you know, kind of the way that Clovis West and Buchanan felt when Clovis North was being built.
Yeah.
A lot of guys are going to go, girls, all athletes in all sports are going to go that way, and you're going to lose them. But I can tell you one thing, it may take a few years, but this is going to have the makings of a great rivalry when it's Central against Garza.
Oh, yeah.
Right here, and the school's right there. So you kind of look forward to that down the line too.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, it was Clovis and Clovis West. I mean, that was the fiercest rivalry in the Valley, and you're going to have the same thing. 2 high schools now in the same district that are going to have similar athletes. They're going to have similar numbers. They're going to have similar student populations as Justin Garza continues to grow. I mean, it's going to be heated every time these 2 schools play. You might go to elementary school or go to middle school with somebody. Now you're across the line of scrimmage from them. These kids are going to know each other so well. It's going to be one of the fiercest rivalries that we see in the Valley.
I remember back when Clovis North was starting up, and they gave the responsibility of that to Coach Tim Simons, the Clovis legend. And you could see just the personality of that team, the signature of that team, the way that they played. My son, I think, was a freshman, maybe one of the years that they were playing them, their freshman team. And he was kind of blown away because as a defensive player, he was watching their offense. And Tim Simons knows how to run an offense. You know, there was shifting and there was all this motion. And my son said, "We never seen anything like that before," because you're coming from middle school, you know, playing on a freshman team. And so they looked good from the get-go.
Yeah.
And I think they may have been undefeated that season, their freshman team, but they were awfully good. And now they're a force in the Valley.
And Tim Simons still coaching that freshman team at Clovis North. I think 73 or 74 years old. I see him. My daughters attend Clovis North, so I see Coach Simons a handful of times a year, and he's still out there every single day making and I asked him, "How long are you going to do this?" And he said, "I love it. Like, why would I leave? I love being around kids. I love leading young men, trying to help them become better football players, students, people." You know, you need people like Tim Simons around young people because he's making a real impact. Still has made such an impact in the Valley. He'll remember plays from 40 years ago like they happened a week ago. That's the type of memory he has, and he's still making an impact out of Clovis North.
Now on the other side, Immanuel tonight, their varsity team is also very young. They have 5 seniors. They're going to start 4 freshmen. This is the second year under Coach Josh Henderson, who is trying to build something almost from scratch himself, very similar.
Yeah, Emmanuel loses coaches. Josh Henderson comes in. Great record as a coach down at Grace Brethren, really a small school powerhouse down in the southern section. State finalist, multiple section championships. But when you come to not just a new school, but a new area of the state, kids are just different. There's a different culture. You have to treat them a little bit differently, and to build something from scratch, it just takes time. You have to really buy in and trust that leader has your best interest at heart, or you're not going to totally buy in. And Josh Henderson is a fantastic football coach, a fantastic leader, and he's going to get this Emmanuel ship righted. I know he has a young team. He's really trying to instill that culture that he instilled down at Grace Brethren, where he had so much success, but it's a process. You know, you really have to get kids to buy in, and the quickest way to do that is to win football games on Friday. It's easy to buy into what somebody's preaching when what they preach allows you to win on Friday night.
He sent me a lengthy text about kind of the mission statement and actually what they're doing, and it is a family situation. Down at Emmanuel right now. He has his brother as one of the coordinators, defensive coordinator, I believe. His son is on the team. He has 3 nephews on the team. His wife works at Emmanuel. So you got a lot of support surrounding you there, and that's got to help.
Oh, for sure. And you know, they're a small school. You know, they're a close-knit community within that Emmanuel school. So you know your son's there, you know your nephews are there, your wife is there, you have family members on your staff. Of course, it's going to help you instill that culture because your family represents that, right? If your son doesn't represent your culture, you get him out. Sorry, man, you got to go. So having those guys around him, it's going to allow him to do that a little bit quicker. And I'm excited to see in year 2. You know, year 1's hard for him. When Lovie Smith came to Chicago that first year, that offseason, we thought Lovie Smith was crazy. We really did. We had a meeting. Should we report him to the NFLPA because we're practicing way longer than we should be? But as that season went along and we started winning games and that second off season came, we bought into what Lovie Smith was preaching. In year 2, we win the NFC North Division. We have a home game in the playoffs. But we won, and that's what allowed us to buy in quicker. You know, it's that year 1 is really, really difficult. But going into year 2, that's where you see that big jump.
And if he shortened the practice session, guys probably would complain and say, come on, coach, we can go longer.
It would have taken us longer to understand everything that he was asking of us. You know, year 2, not to say the practices were easier, but they weren't as long because we understood what the expectation was. He didn't have to drive that into us. We understood it. And in year 2, I think Josh Henderson is starting to build that type of a culture. Kids understand what the expectation is, and they're starting to reach that more often. So that's how you build it. Then you just go out and you have to perform on Friday night.
They sent us some video of their facility down there. I don't know if the guys in the truck were able to get that. Let me know if you want to run any of that. But their facilities, if you've ever been down there, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I first learned about it through my son, who went down there to coach baseball. And they have a varsity baseball diamond, a junior varsity baseball diamond, varsity softball, junior varsity softball. All right there. Everybody has batting cages. You know, then they got tennis courts. They've got the football stadium. And they're serious. And it's a great setting. It's right on the Kings River down there, and it's beautiful. And now their enrollment is up, and maybe they're serving notice to the other Valley schools in a couple of years. Here we come.
Yeah.
Here we come.
Yeah, and they're investing in young people. They have a training facility on campus that is also very nice, just giving kids tools to try to have success. You know, I mean, we saw the shots of Justin Garza, beautiful high school, opportunities for kids in Central Unified, and Immanuel is trying to do the same thing. And when you see institutions start to invest in young people, especially if you're an athlete, that's going to draw your attention, right? Immanuel is somewhere where I think I can go and I can learn the skills necessary to have success playing football in the classroom, trying to move on to someplace better as a college athlete or student. That's what Immanuel has done. They've invested in young people, and you know, we're going to see something continue to build down there in Reedley.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are going to be watching what they're doing. A lot of people are going to be watching what's happening here with the Guardians, who have 3:59 left in this game. The JV game is going on while we're talking to you. 18-0. So, okay, this is a good time to take a break. So we'll step aside and be back with more after this.
We are getting tropical with the Justin Garza Guardians! Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Hey, if you want to know what school spirit is, take another look. Guardians! Here is the deal, Central Valley. This is the student section for the JV game, and they anxiously await the varsity victory. What's up? What's up? Hey, and now is the perfect time. Why wait to the fourth quarter? Let's do this pregame. We want to know what's good about being a Guardian.
Being able to set traditions.
Let's go for tradition. Setting it up, the Trailblazers. How about you? What's good about being a Guardian?
Being the first graduating class.
The very first graduating class in the history of Justin Garza High School. That is momentous. That is history-making stuff. Oh, yeah. How about you? What's good about being a Guardian?
The community.
Yeah, we are one family, one community. Let's go. Hey, and Francisco, seriously, my man right here, he is the #1 Friday Night Rivals fan for all 13 seasons. All 13 seasons, back when he was 1 year old.
Exactly.
What does FNR mean to you?
It means love and passion and everything. I love you, Mr. FNR. I love you.
That's my dude. That's my dude. Cam, Ralph, what'd you think about that? spirit. We'll go till midnight if we have to. One more time, Guardians! Woo! We'll be back. Oh, you know we'll be back right after this. Make some noise. Let's go.
Welcome back to the pregame show, everybody. Ralph Wood, Cam Worrell, and Mr. FNR is down on the sideline still. That's his name now.
He's going to get that
Mr.
tattooed
FNR?
somewhere. He's got to get that tattooed somewhere. Mr.
Well,
FNR.
We're having fun when we fill time before the game, the varsity game. The junior varsity game has 53 seconds left to go. So they're about to wrap that one up, and then we'll have the varsity. Emmanuel against Justin Garza. Again, we've talked about the youth on both sides, the first ever varsity game for Justin Garza. And we're really looking forward to it, and we're looking forward to this, the 13th season of what has been a great enterprise, Friday Night Rivals. And, I've loved it all 13 years. I've loved you coming on board. I think you're having fun.
Man, I had no idea what I was getting myself into that COVID spring that I jumped on board. But, I mean, I was hooked from the jump. Just to watch these high school kids, the effort, the intensity, how important this game is to them, because they know it's on TV, man. How rare of an opportunity is it to be in high school and perform on TV? And you see it every Friday night, man. Everybody involved in the production, they're so excited when the truck shows up, when we show up, when Kevin Miller's getting people pumped in the student section. It's been, I cannot thank Matt Morse, everybody involved with this production for bringing me on board. You, Kevin, it's been an absolute blast. And lucky 13, man, I'm ready to go. This is we're gonna have a good one. We have a great slate of games coming up this season.
I always thank Vince Wesson, the late Vince Wesson, for his vision to have this thing happen, and it's just become such a phenomenon. And he was so pleased with what it had become, and I hope we make him proud the way we continue to produce it. And the thing about going inside the truck and seeing that those guys, a director once told me, he says, never forget the talent is in the truck, and he was putting the announcer in his place. But that's really true. Those people that you saw inside the truck are the ones who really make it happen. All we do is talk.
That's it.
They've got to challenge themselves with making calls and pushing buttons and doing the whole telecast. So I'm glad we got to show you a little bit inside the truck, and maybe we'll do more of that later on the season. But we do have talented people working on these telecasts.
It makes it very easy. All we really do is talk. That's it. Sometimes I get to play with the telestrator, which is one of my favorite things to do, but we really just talk about the pictures that they show, what they're able to broadcast for everybody to see. It's we have the easy job sitting up here, no doubt. We're not even performing on the field. We're just sitting in the booth talking.
Part of being a sportscaster is, you just never know what's going to happen from day to day, from night to night. What wild highlight are you going to have? What's going to happen in this game? Something's going to happen that you've probably never seen before, but we know it's going to be good and it's going to be fun. And as you said, we love doing it. Well, they just put another 29 minutes on the clock. That can't be.
Pre-game warm-up. Hey, the Guardians, the uniforms are legit. Give them an A for the color combo, for the helmet, JGHS on the side. I like it. Little Liberty-ish. We saw Liberty here last November. They were wearing whites because they were on the road, but same colors, that blue and red and white. Those are sharp, man.
Yeah, and that's important nowadays, right?
Oh yeah.
The interview, or the look, the logo, the color scheme.
Yeah.
All of that stuff is a big deal.
Kids make decisions on which college to go to because of the jerseys that they get to wear. That's how important it is. That is really how important it is. And Justin Garza gets an A right off the jump. First game of the year, Justin Garza, leader in the clubhouse, week 1.
I liked what one of the students said when we're getting those interviews about what's special about being a Guardian. And she said, starting tradition.
Yeah.
I hadn't even thought about that.
Right.
But, this is season 1. This is game 1. This is where the tradition begins.
Yeah, they get to put their stamp on Justin Garza High School forever. The things that they do and what they build, well, they'll last forever. We had traditions when we went to school; they were already set, right? We just following
to continue the tradition,
right? And these kids are out here setting those traditions. Just a very special opportunity to broadcast this very first varsity game of Justin Garza High School.
Well, they're off to a good start when it comes to setting tradition. If you look at the enthusiasm and the support from that student section, that's a good sign.
Yeah, uniforms, I mean, top of the list. Student I mean, it's game one, so they have to be at the top. They're the only one right now, but that student section has set a standard that has to be reached, the other 9 broadcasts that we do, because they set it off right.
Sometimes the other student bodies are watching.
They
feel
better
like
be.
There's a competition. We're going to get our turn.
Yeah, they better be, because they showed out tonight. Before the game hasn't even started. It was 30 minutes before the varsity game was even a thought, and they're hyped like they will.
And everybody's going to stick around. The one good thing about this delay, it is allowing the weather to cool down some. The fans over on the Emmanuel side were getting scorched by the sun up until just a few minutes ago. Now the sun has gone down behind the bleachers on this side, the grandstands on this side, and they're getting some relief over there, so I'm sure they're glad about that. But yeah, now these guys are probably a little jittery, a little nervous, thinking about, well, this is it. This is where my career starts.
Yeah, no seasoned veterans, no seniors on the roster. Nobody who's represented Justin Garza High School in a varsity game. So it's, excitement, anxiousness, nerves, like all of it. You're starting a journey for yourself, for a school, and you're playing at home in front of the girlfriend and your boys and your mom and dad. Like it's a big deal. And not only that, not only are you launching a school's varsity football program, but you're on Friday Night Rivals to boot. So yeah, some nerves down there, no doubt.
You wonder what the coach is thinking too. This is like Christmas morning, I guess. You've been looking at this package, but you finally get to open it or play with the toy or whatever. It's, you start to figure out, well, yeah, these guys are getting it. Joseph Ferris, you were telling me, just came from the NFL.
Yeah, just had a minority internship with the Atlanta Falcons. Just got back into Fresno late Saturday night, so missed some of training camp with his program. Relied on his assistant coaches, but he said it was just a fantastic experience. Learning under the wealth of football knowledge that he was able to soak up with the Falcons. Marquise Williams, special teams coordinator with the Falcons, played for Joseph when he was an assistant at Bullard, so that connection has existed. Marquise partook in the minority internship and then worked his way in as an assistant coach in the NFL. And Joseph was out there for 3 weeks. He said, wake up at 5, go back to sleep at 10, and do it over and over and over again, just soaking up football knowledge, giving presentations to the defense. Just invaluable experience. And now he's able to bring all that back and implement that with his players. It's just, a really special experience. And Joseph Ferris is already a fantastic football coach, understands X's and O's, understands how to coach, how to motivate. This is just going to make him even better. He was really excited about the things he was able to learn, the relationships that he made, and the knowledge that he was going to be able to come back and instill in his guys.
You know a little bit about coaching. What is a coach like that looking for from his guys in a first game? What do you want to see? What do you want to find out from your team in game one?
You want to see them execute the things that are important in your program, right? Every program, every organization, there are things that are important. Lovie Smith preached turnovers on defense, not turning the ball over on offense. We don't care how many yards they get. We're going to keep them out of the end zone. You do those things, you're going to have success. Joseph Ferris has those things that he preaches every single day to his football programs. If we go out and execute these things, more times than not, we're gonna win the football game. He's looking for them to go out and execute what are important in his program. Don't do the next guy's job, do your job, and then line up and do your job again, and trust that the guy next to you is going to do his job. That's it. Keep it simple. Go out, execute what we've worked on. It's hard to play football in the Central Valley, man. Training camp is hot. Every single day it is hot with 10 pounds of gear on. You've put all that work in. Now let's just go out, keep it simple, and execute.
Is he looking at individuals for leadership, or those guys already have they surfaced in training camp? Is he looking for other guys to verify what he thinks they are? Is he looking, can I trust that guy to do this? Can I trust that guy to do that?
You always think you know until the lights come on. You know, you don't really know until those real bullets start flying. You have a pretty good idea, but some guys show up and some guys don't when the lights come on. So I think he knows who his guys are, but he hasn't seen them in this setting. He hasn't seen them in this environment. It's different when it's full go time. You know, like I said, some guys relish the moment. Some guys kind of shrink from it. I think he knows. I think he has a good understanding of who his guys are, but you just never know until it's really go time.
When you're dealing with a first-time team, you cut them some slack first game, because you know there'll be nerves, there'll be jitters, there'll be guys who forget what the play was. There are going to be mistakes.
Yeah, there are mistakes every game, whether it's your 100th game or your first game, that you're going to make mistakes. But no, he won't cut him any slack. No, like the standard is the standard, right? It doesn't matter if it's practice or game, section championship, or, you know, scrimmage. The standard is the standard, and I promise you that Joseph Ferris holds his guys to that standard. And if they don't reach that standard, it's not good enough, period. I don't care if the lights are on. I don't care if you're on TV. Just go out and execute to the standard that we want you to execute. So, yeah, there'll be mistakes. If they're up 4 or 5 touchdowns, then, yeah, I'll cut him some slack then. But until then, no, he's going to coach them hard, and he's going to expect them to play hard.
All right, we're still a ways from the beginning of our game tonight. You're watching the pregame show sponsored by H&R Mobile Services. We will take a break and be right back. Welcome back to the pregame show, everybody. Brought to you by H&R Mobile Services. Getting ready for Emmanuel against Justin Garza. Ralph Wood, Cam Worrell here in the booth. Kevin Miller is down on the field, and you've seen him, the Pied Piper of these student sections, had the guys going early. Let's go downstairs and see what he has for us right now. Kevin?
Hey, we are ready, and the reason why we are ready, 13th season, is because of this man right here, General Manager, Fox 26, the CW59, Matt Morse. What's up, my friend?
This is an honor for me. Of the many years I've been doing this, I've always wanted to be interviewed by the great Kevin Miller.
Oh, my goodness. And that young man called me Mr. FNR, so I don't know what to do with myself right now, but you are Mr. FNR. No, seriously, Matt. 13 seasons ago, take yourself back. Who knew this was going to be a time of reminiscence and reflection? Take yourself back. What were some early thoughts about this production?
Well, I started in year 3, so it's been 10 years for me. But even going back, the amount of sponsors that we had back then compared to now, we have so many more. So many people in the community love to get involved with this great product. So we keep going out to all these schools. It was our honor to be here at Justin Garza's first ever varsity football game. When we saw that on the schedule, we knew we had to take that game.
You knew it. Yeah. And we like to set the tone. We like to be trailblazers. After all, Friday Night Rivals, high school football, Central Valley, we might as well fit in with the Guardians, that's for sure. Now, we heard Ralph talk about the influence and the impact of our dear friend, Vince Wesson, co-creator of Friday Night Rivals, and we used to have, and we still do, the senior scholar athlete, but you were the catalyst to make it the Vince Wesson scholar athlete. Can you share with us the inspiration behind that?
Absolutely. That was very important to me to keep Vince's legacy going. Vince and I met actually when I was in 4th grade. He was my 4th grade basketball coach at Nelson Elementary. That's how long Vince and I went back. And so to be able to work with him again here for all those years, and then we were all struck by the tragic death and passing of Vince, that I knew we had to do something to honor his legacy. And him being the original pioneer, I thought nothing better than to name the Scholar Athlete Award after him.
Yep.
To wear.
Right here.
Oh wait.
Right here. It's right here.
It's yours
right here, Francisco.
I wore the wrong shirt today.
That's it.
We created the VW logo, and forevermore will always be known as the Vince Wesson Scholar Athlete.
Indeed, and a man of the community, for the community. Everybody knew Vince, but here's the thing, Vince knew everyone, and he gave back to the community 1,000-fold, and all of these students that earn these scholarships, they are going to carry on his legacy, and we get to carry on his legacy through Friday Night Rivals. What are we looking forward to this season, Matt? What do you think?
Well, I think this is our best schedule so far.
Yeah.
We're spread out all around the valley, from Lemoore, Madera, we have Clovis Unified, we have Central, and just really spread out all over the valley.
Tulare. Let's ring that bell at the end of the season.
Yes, finally we got that game back. I was excited about that. Sure. And just excited for all the excitement that's going on. Like, for example, we're going to have skydivers at the halftime of this game. Lemoore's talking about doing a flyover at their game. So lots of energy. Then let's end it again with the Valley Championship.
You know it.
Could be on this very field. We don't know.
You know it. And we believe at Friday Night Rivals, yes, it's a football game, but it is a community event, because everybody knows Friday night, it's for the people, and we want to give you what we want. So we thank Matt Morse for everything that you have done and will continue to do, and we're going to have some fun tonight, brother, for sure. Hey, and we'll be back with more right after this. Let's go.
Stadium as we continue to warm up for tonight's game between Emmanuel and Garza. It's, as you heard, the first ever varsity game for Garza and a very young Emmanuel team. Kickoff is about 10 minutes away, so we've got still some time to talk about different elements of this game. Coaches are going to find out about players. Players are going to find out about players. They're going to find out about themselves, because this is something that they haven't faced. I mean, in practice is one thing, but now it's game, and watch out.
Yeah, I mean, it's and every year is just kind of a new, a team takes on a new shape, identity. You don't really know until you don't even really know after game one. Game 5, game 6, when people have established themselves, roles have kind of been set, people have stepped up, people have maybe slipped down a little bit, and you kind of understand what you're about, who you have, and the impact you think you can make for the rest of your schedule. Game 1 is kind of like, let's just try to execute the small details, right? Let's not make the mistake of, missing a snap or a handoff or throwing a pick to a guy standing right in the flat. Just don't make those little mistakes. Give yourself a chance to have success tonight. But yeah, you don't. Each season brings kind of that new team that takes on whatever identity they're going to take on, and game 1 is, the first opportunity you get to see guys, step up into new roles and see what they can do.
Do you think a coach can communicate to players what to expect, or does that happen maybe on opening kick when you get hit and you go, oh, okay, this is what we're doing, huh?
Yeah, I think both of these coaches coached a lot of football. I mean, they've seen a lot of football. They know how to express to these young men what is going to happen. But people can tell you what it's like hitting Jerome Bettis, but until you hit Jerome Bettis, you just don't know what it's like. And until these kids get out under the lights in real competition where the intensity level is just going to be higher, they don't really know. Nobody knows at Justin Garza what it's like to play a varsity football game at Justin Garza High School. I mean, they just don't know. Josh Henderson, year 2. None of these players know what year 2 is going to bring for Josh Henderson and this Emmanuel Eagles football team. So it's, fresh starts, a lot of opportunity, a ton of unknown. And that's why a new football season is so exciting. Everybody has an opportunity to be there at the end, and it all starts right here tonight.
Do you remember anything special about a first game?
The first NFL game that I played in the preseason, Chicago was redoing Soldier Field, so we were playing at the University of Illinois. And I was undrafted, right? I mean, bottom of the depth chart, but I remember walking on that field, running out, seeing this Bears. I mean, the stadium was sold out in Champaign, 3 hours away from Chicago. But I remember running out and hearing the crowd, and I said, I have to figure out a way to stick around here somehow, some way, because this is magical. It was magical, and I never forgot the feeling I had that day. Do whatever you have to do to stick around, because this is a very special environment. And man, those Bears fans, my whole career there, never disappointed.
So you can relate to what these young athletes going to be feeling tonight.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you don't feel it in your gut, in your stomach, then it's probably not important enough, and it's not that meaningful to you. Every kid who has bought into the work, trying to make themselves better, what the team is all about, they have that feeling right now, ready to run out and get those nerves out. For me, it was always, hey man, I'm nervous until I put the hat on somebody. That somebody didn't have a lay on. Usually they weren't dressed that nicely, but even if they had a lay on, I would have laid the hat on.
Well, look, it's Mr. FNR.
Hey, that's my guy down there, right?
That guy was amazing.
I don't mean to interrupt. I had a moment. They said I can have 32 seconds to come up here, and I've never seen what it looks like from above, from the ivory tower. Y'all are sitting in the lap of luxury. You got the best seat in the house.
I don't think it's as nice as the vantage point you have.
Oh, you're with the people there.
Pumping,
oh my gosh.
pumping
with
that
the biggest fan
section
Fired up. I mean, we've had spirited student sections, but this squad right here showing up like 19 hours before kickoff.
Right.
This is good stuff, right, guys?
I just asked Cam what it feels like to play in a first game like that.
Yeah.
I mean, what's it feel like to be the Pied Piper in the middle of all
Oh
of
my
that?
gosh, what an honor, what a privilege. It's the people, they're the inspiration. And so these kids, they're fired up. They're setting that tradition, right? We're going to have a good time and then set the tradition for season 13 and carry on the legacy of FNR. Y'all are doing great, man. I just want to hang out with the cool cats, continue that B-dub. And then should it be this shoulder for Mr. FNR or maybe
Mr.
like
FNR has got to be somewhere.
Maybe
Yeah.
or like
Mr. FNR, like
I need some
Tupac
inputs,
style,
Valley. Where should
Tupac
it be?
style on the abs.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
We're having so much fun, and the game hasn't even started. So, we're building everything up, and we're very happy that you're staying with us just to see some football, because we're anxious to see it too. Clock says about 9 minutes before we kick it off, so we'll see. But we're going to have a fun time tonight. We're going to have a fun season. How can you not, doing what we're doing?
As long as we're not on top of that crane, I'm good. That's the one. I don't have it in me to take that crane up and hold that camera. But
maybe the next time we have a pregame show that has to be stretched like this, we'll get you up there.
I don't think so. I don't think so. That's a pretty legit vantage point, but I'm not getting up there.
It's like sitting up on the rooftop seats at Wrigley Field, right?
It's very sturdy underneath those rooftop seats. That does not look as sturdy as a building. I'm sorry. It takes real guts. The bravest person here on top of that crane every single Friday on top of that.
We'll get a good shot of that sometime tonight, and you'll see just why it's a little daunting and tough to be up there. At least the wind's not blowing.
Right, and there's no lightning. We've had that. So no lightning, a little bit better.
All right, one of the teams is on the field now. Emmanuel has made its way onto the field. We're waiting for the Guardians to come, and we'll be back, I guess, with more right after this.
This is Les Schwab Tires Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by the U.S. Army.
It's the very first game of the season for both of those schools, the first game ever for Garza High School and Guardians against the Eagles. Pregame show is delivered to you by HR Mobile. Call HR Mobile Services for all your human resource needs. Hi again, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us through that prolonged pregame. I guess we went to nearly an hour. But we got to say and see a lot of things, and we think we're going to have a fun time tonight. This is a new beginning on a couple of fronts. You know, it's a new season for all the high schools in the Valley, but the very first game for these two and the very first game ever for Justin Garza. So a lot of excitement because you're not sure what to expect.
Yeah, and lucky 13 for FNR, which is always special. But I mean, we heard Justin Garza students say it tonight. They're setting tradition. So first opportunity to play varsity football for this school. Emmanuel trying to make their mark in the Valley coming up, and I mean, this is a big test for them taking on the Guardians. So excited to kick off season 13.
Yeah, new second-year head coach Josh Henderson. So let's take a look at some of the players for Emmanuel.
Yeah, Will Henderson is going to play on both sides of the ball as a running back, as a linebacker, pairing with his cousin in the middle. But over 100 tackles last year, a physical presence in the middle of that Emmanuel defense. Big test for him tonight to be that physical guy in the middle. His cousin Jason Romo, number 2. Inside linebacker as well, also going to carry the ball a little bit, play some DB, play some tight end. He's going to be all over the football field. But, cousins, more like brothers, Josh Henderson said, dad and uncle. But 2 guys who are very active in the middle. They're going to have to be impact guys because Justin Garza has some guys that can do some damage on the offensive side of the football.
Well, let's talk about some of those guys. Who do you like to be impact players on that side?
Yeah, I mean, we have to start with the quarterback, Caleb Matthews, number 2, the guy who's going to run this offense, a spread offense. So a lot on his plate. We always talk about it, right? The RPO game. Do I hand it off? Do I keep it? Do I throw it to the bubble? Do I throw it to the slant? So he has a lot of responsibility running that offense. But he has some weapons too. London Alexander, who is going to play DB, but he's really the deep threat for this Garza offense. Best athlete, Joseph Ferris said, most dynamic playmaker, going to play on both sides of the football. He's going to be a guy that's going to make an impact tonight.
You ready to talk about keys?
Yeah, keys to the game. Sponsored by Iron Key Real Estate. Real Estate Unlocked.
Nice job.
Pretty simple, Ralph. I like to keep it simple, especially game 1. We need to work into the keys to the game a little bit. So for Emmanuel, fight him in a phone booth. You have to make this a physical game. You're not going to out-athlete the Garza Guardians. You're going to have to out-physical them at the line of scrimmage, coming downhill in the run game. You got to fight them in a phone booth. Be the one to take the fight to them. And for the Justin Garza Guardians, open it up. Open up this varsity football program. Open up this school's first opportunity to play on TV, but open up the offense. Exploit your athletic advantages on the perimeter. That's how Garza gets it done tonight.
Yeah, and for both schools, open the gift on Christmas morning, right? See what you got. We're about to find out. It's going to be Emmanuel against Garza. We're coming back with more, so stick with us. We'll be back right after this. First quarter is sponsored by Les Schwab Tires, home of the best tire value promise. Go to leschwab.com. Coin flip at 50-yard line. The Air Quality Report is sponsored by Dr. Bodega. We're here to help. The AQI is 84. Air quality at moderate as of 6 p.m. local time. Everything's a first tonight. First varsity coin flip for the Garza Guardians.
I wasn't sure we were going to make it to that coin flip that hour. Didn't know if it was ever going to happen.
Our referee tonight is Marvin Tuck. The umpire is Aaron Gray. The head linesman Otilio Salazar. The line judge Christopher Vincent. The back judge Luis Salazar. Caleb Matthews, number 2, is the quarterback.
Everybody's nervous, right?
Oh, yeah.
Game 1.
You and me both.
I mean, everybody's nervous, but Caleb Matthews probably just a little bit more. There's a lot of responsibility on him. He's a sophomore. He's the starting quarterback for the Justin Garza Guardians in their very first varsity game ever. So, you know, nerves are kicked up. It's a big test for a 10th grader to step on the field and lead this offense tonight.
Coach is a little nervous as well.
Yeah, he's like, why'd you put me on TV my very first varsity game here, man? Couldn't have waited for like game 3 or 4. Worked some kinks out. Nope, game 1.
Yeah, just something more to remember for these coaches. Think back on when it started. Years from now, when they're playing in Valley Championship games and playoff games, look back and have been here when it started. You know, that's really pretty neat. I mean, I've been here with FNR since it started, and that's been pretty neat too. We have time to send it down to Kevin. Let's go downstairs.
Famous first to circumnavigate the globe, first to step on the moon, first game of season 13 on FNR, and the first game for the Justin Garza Guardians. It's like they've been here before. After all, this is Friday night. That's what we do.
Here we go. The opening kickoff, and we are on the way across the 20, 25, 30.
See ya.
And look out, he could be gone. Inside the 30. What a way to start it. Touchdown on the opening kickoff. London Alexander takes it the distance. Wow.
What?
I wasn't expecting that.
What? Man.
There's a penalty flag inside the 10. I don't know if that's an actual return infraction or a celebration.
Yeah, I think all he did was put his hand up. I didn't think it was that egregious, you know, but I mean, come on, man, you're launching a varsity football program and you take the opening kickoff to the house. Let the kid be excited. Man, what a way to start. What a way to start.
Took it around the 12. And no one's going to catch him. Oh, I like it. So 88 yards, we'll call it, on the unofficial return. But my, oh my.
And we said he was dynamic. London Alexander just out of the gate. A little seam and just, I mean, once he hit the open field, it was over.
Extra point sneaks through. Wow. So London Alexander with the big play to begin the traditions. Here's another look at the touchdown brought to you by Porta Subs.
I mean, it really doesn't get easier than that as a returner. You just pick up the football and you follow 3 lead blockers through a wide open hole and then get into a foot race with people who cannot catch you. London Alexander, eyes downfield, behind his blockers. Once he got to space, it was a wrap.
Porta Subs is your neighborhood sandwich shop. Now, if you're on the other side and you're the coach, what are you telling your guys?
Hey, man, it was one play, right?
Yep.
There's 15 seconds off
into the game.
The entire game, outside of those 15 seconds, is still left. Let's take a deep breath. Let's get this kickoff. Let's put ourselves in good field position, and let's go out and execute our offense.
Still kind of a buzz on this side of the field, buzz in the press box.
You write movie scripts, and you know they usually don't involve the varsity program launching their football program and taking that opening kick to the house. It's unbelievable, right? Like nobody's going to do that.
No, your very first play.
You said you never know what you're going to see on a Friday night. You see the very first touch of the ball in a football program's history go to the house.
Now Emmanuel faking the reverse. This is Trey Romo, and he's got some room. Oh, man. All the way to the 40-yard line on the Garza side of the field. Is it going to be one of those nights?
Hey, that's a good answer, man. Well-executed return, the little fake reverse, and
there's a flag on the play.
Trey Romo, too, showing a little bit of speed, reading his blocks, getting outside. Good job. Making that tackle because there was some space. Not sure what went down.
Boy, they had gotten to the 40, and now the penalty.
Yeah, it looks like a
penalty takes it back to the
hold. Yeah,
29. The boot camp sponsored by Institute of Technology, where careers begin. And we're in there somewhere where people are excited. First down, some movement on the line. It's going to go against Garza, I believe. One of the officials is sending a guy off the field. He's had a helmet issue.
I mean,
not sure what that was.
No, one of the things you have to manage is emotions. I mean, this is an emotional start to the game. You take one to the house. Now you have to compose yourself. Execute your responsibility. Keep it simple.
Henderson loses the football. Fumbles recovered by Garza. And who comes out of there? Amari Bogan. One of the sophomores on this team, and there are a lot of them.
This is downhill. Middle linebacker, I think it was Burdell Aurelio, number 5, coming downhill. Ball given to Henderson, the fullback, and just immediately hit right in the middle of that defense, and it was Aurelio. Helmet right on the football. Amari Bogan jumps right on it. Big time play from those two in the middle of that Justin Garza defense.
Yeah, the hit by Aurelio did cause it. So Garza back with the football. Starting inside the 25. Matthews with the pass, complete. This is Alexander who has the first touchdown. Taken down inside the 10. Well, we kind of figured out London Alexander is going to be a busy guy tonight. He may be a top threat.
Yeah, hey, if my guy's better than your guy, I'm going to get him the ball quickly and let him go to work. And it's exactly what Caleb Matthews did. Stood up, delivered it right to Alexander, let him go to work. Now 1st and goal for this Garza offense.
Matthews is a sophomore.
Singled up top.
They'll hand it off of the left side, pushing the pile inside the 5-yard line. That's Mekhi Greer, listed at 5'8", 215.
Yeah, that's a running back right there. There's a big physical guy in the middle of this, running the ball in the middle of this offense. And Emmanuel, 3-down lineman. You know, I would expect Justin Garza to run the ball right in the middle of this defense quite a bit.
From the Toyota red zone, they'll keep it, push the pile. They keep it on the ground, and they're in for the touchdown. So the turnover is converted, and it leads to a touchdown sponsored by Porta Subs.
Just a little quarterback sneak, put Aurelio right behind center, right in behind that big offensive line that Garza possesses. You just said it, Emmanuel, just 3-down linemen, big bodies on the offensive side of the ball for Garza right in the middle of that offense, and just put your head down and drive. And Aurelio doing a good job, staying low, grinding, keeping his feet moving, getting into the end zone.
Extra point is no good. Porta Subs is your neighborhood sandwich shop. So the only thing that hasn't worked perfectly for Garza, missed extra point, but it's 13-0, 10:21 to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't have scripted a better start for Garza at all. You take the opening kick back, you force a turnover on your first defensive possession, and then you cash it in for 6 with that possession. You know, we knew it was going to be a tough task for Emmanuel tonight. Josh Henderson right now is talking to his team. You know, 10 minutes left in the first quarter, okay? I know it feels like everything is working against us at this point, but let's just compose ourselves. Let's stop making mistakes. Let's not put the ball on the ground. Let's go out and play the football that we came here to play.
Closed captioning for tonight's broadcast is sponsored by KFC. Finger looking good. Del Aurelio with the second touchdown of the game for the 13-0 lead. The kick again with the fake reverse and another good return. Down near midfield, so they'll have good field position. Will the Eagles, on the return by Trey Romo, they'll start at their own 49.
There you go. That's how you do it. Give up 13 quick ones, but execute another good return. Bodies in front of Romo, faking out everybody, and getting to the sideline, starting right around midfield. Good answer to that second score from this Garza offense.
Now let's see what Emmanuel can do offensively. Jake Horn, number 3 at quarterback. And timeout taken, early timeout by Emmanuel. They'll talk it over at the sideline. Figure out maybe a formation they didn't like on their side or on the defensive side.
Yeah, Emmanuel really packing it in. Tight end, 2 running backs, and Garza said, okay, if you're just going to put 2 guys out wide, we feel like we have 2 athletes that can match up with you one-on-one, so we're going to pack that box as well. If you're going to put bodies in there, we're going to put bodies in there. We always talk about what, Ralph? Box count. Garza's like, we're not going to give you the advantage. If you can beat us outside, go ahead and throw it, but we are not going to allow you to run the football right through the middle of our defense. We're not going to let you do what you want to do. Emmanuel said, okay, we don't like that look, so let's take a look. Let's talk about it a little bit. We'll see what happens when they come out of this timeout. But if Emmanuel comes out with the box full, Garza is going to respond to that defensively. They're going to put extra bodies in that box as well.
Right after the game, stay tuned for World's Funniest Animals. That's coming up on the CW 59. All right, they come to the line again, 1st and 10.
First down.
Marvin Tuck, the referee, offside on the Guardians, so it's 1st and 5. Penalty takes it into Garza territory at the 46.
Those are the things that really bother you as a coach. Like, the ball's not snapped. Don't make a mistake. Let the ball is right in front of you. Let the ball be snapped before you move across the line of scrimmage.
And it jumped again.
Blitz, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, back-to-back penalties will give.
Emmanuel, they're coming set, little hard count that time. They're kind of a double motion, putting the hands on the knees, then coming down to the three-point stance. If you see an offensive lineman move, sometimes as a defensive lineman, you're trying to get a jump, but you just got to watch the football.
1st and 10, sponsored by Lithia Subaru. Eagles keep it on the ground over the right side. A gain of 1 by Trey Romo. 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, that's going to be tough sledding for Emmanuel. They're a direct run team, 2 backs, try to get a lead blocker in front of the ball carrier. Try and move guys off the line of scrimmage, but they're at a little bit of a size disadvantage against this Garza defensive line. So, they're going to have to come up with some answers. Get the ball on the perimeter quickly, try to get it out of Jake Horn's hands, something to kind of slow the attack of this Garza defense down.
Horn looking to throw. Gets the pass away. A bobbling catch by Romo inside the 30 down to the 25. That'll be another 1st and 10, sponsored by Lithia Subaru. 2.9 APR for 48 months on all new 22 and 23 Subaru models.
Yeah, and that's a good answer. You condense the formation. You have 3 receivers in very tight to the line of scrimmage, to the ball. Trey Romo quick to the flat. Nice delivery by Jake Horn, just getting it over the outstretched hand of the defender. And a nice first down. Hey, get the ball to Trey Romo. Very quick, speedy guy. Really good running with the football. We've seen him with a couple of big gains tonight. That's a good answer from this Emmanuel offense.
Showing some skill making that catch.
Yeah, catching it 3 times. Always more difficult.
This time the penalty is going to be against Emmanuel, 5 yards.
Dead ball. False start against the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
But now 1st and 15 from the 30.
Yeah, when you're running the offense that Emmanuel runs, they're a run-first team. They're a try to grind it out type of an offense. They will open it up a little bit. We saw on that big first down, but those kind of self-inflicted wounds, it's always tough for an offense that operates like that to overcome a penalty like that on first down.
Henderson over the left side picks up about 4.5. Will be just outside the 25. Will Henderson, number 44 there, the son of the head coach.
Yeah.
And he's got a bunch of cousins around him, too.
Yeah, some good ones, too. A physical finish to that run. That's a great play. Now, 2nd and 11, you make up that penalty. But instead of 2nd and 6, now you're 2nd and 11. It just makes it that much harder to try and execute exactly what Emmanuel wants to do.
That's what you call pushing the pile. I mean, there was nothing there. But you keep it going and going and going. You get down to the 20 at a gain of 6. So now you're 3rd and 4.
Yeah, you 2 down territory right inside the Toyota red zone. 3rd and 5. We pick it up. We know we can go for it on 4th down deep in Garza territory. Wouldn't surprise me at all to see Will Henderson carry the football again.
Yeah, Henderson getting 6 tough yards the last play. The long snap comes out to Romo. He's looking to get the corner, 15, and flatten it about the 14. Alexander on the tackle, but it's going to be good enough for a 1st down.
Yeah,
Another 1st and 10 sponsored by Lithia Subaru.
Trey Romo taking the direct snap, and we've seen him all game get to the perimeter, make positive yards. Couple blockers in front of him. Good job by London Alexander running him down, making a physical tackle, but well executed play for Emmanuel. Picks up a 1st down.
From the 14 inside the Toyota red zone. 1st and 10. And to this point, an impressive response. The Eagles needed to answer with some points. Direct snap to Henderson. Spun down short of the 10.
A very composed response from Emmanuel, too,
Nobody panicked.
Right. Took some deep breaths on the sideline. Josh Henderson huddled the entire team up after that 2nd touchdown. Said, hey, let's respond. Let's go out and execute our offense. And that is exactly what they've done. They've done a good job switching personnel. A couple of different guys taking snaps, moving big bodies in front of the ball carriers to create some space. As you said, exactly the response that Emmanuel needed after that 2nd score.
Another timeout taken by Emmanuel. 5:28 to go in the 1st quarter. They trail 13-0. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Let's Swap Tires. Friday Night Rivals. It's a 13-0 game. Emmanuel's down, but the Eagles trying to get right back in it here if they can stick it in the end zone. They got a 2nd and 8. Horn turns, gives it to Romo. Has an opening over the right side, inside the 5. Dragged down at about the 3. London Alexander on the tackle. They'll spot it at the 4.
Pulling a couple guys, but Trey Romo hitting the backside of that run. It was designed to go front side, but he saw a gap on the backside and put his foot in the ground, got vertical. Really nice run. This has been a very well executed drive from this Emmanuel offense.
It's another 1st down sponsored by Lithia Subaru. 2.9 APR for 48 months on all new 22 and 23 Subaru models. Didn't get much there. Pushed back and forth. In on the stop is Bogan. Maybe a yard. 2nd and goal from the 3.
I might give it to Will Henderson every time.
Henderson and Romo are the guys who are going to carry the load. Yes. Romo got it down close to the 2, so they're picking it up a yard at a time. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 2.
That time Henderson just
Well, if he goes left, it's wide open.
A lead blocker, but Caden Owens slips that block, makes a nice tackle to keep that to a 1-yard gain.
Romo and Henderson in the backfield. Romo. Touchdown. Want to race to the corner, stretch it across the goal line, and put it in. So there's your response from Emmanuel. On the board with 3:16 to go in the first quarter.
Big time answer. Trey Romo, Will Henderson, really the two weapons for Emmanuel on that drive. Once again, condensing the formation, getting some bodies out in front of Trey Romo. Trey Romo hitting the perimeter, stretching that ball across the goal line. Another example of Emmanuel manipulating the formation to create a number advantage, and then Trey Romo getting it to the outside and making it count.
Extra point put up and through by Alex Tartaglia. And it's a 13-7 game with 3:16 to go in the first quarter. Yeah, everybody's feeling a lot better over there on that sideline right now. When it was 13-0 right out of the gate. And you're right, the coach did a good job of getting his guys together.
Yeah, Jackson Leiby right on the edge, kind of hooking Caden Owens. Caden Owens was the player responsible for keeping the ball inside, turning that ball out. He gets hooked. Trey Romo does the rest. Another example of this Emmanuel offense, not just with the numbers advantage, but with that advantage, just executing the fundamentals of their responsibility and taking that one down. I mean, a 7-minute drive after you're down 13-0, big time answer. I mean, that could be a drive that they recall all season long. Hey, remember we were down 13-0, we went down methodically and put one on the board. Let's just go out and do that again.
And they scored the touchdown that's sponsored by Porta Subs, your neighborhood sandwich shop. Try and kick it away from Alexander, and it goes out of bounds. And that's probably a good idea, huh? Send it downstairs to Kevin Miller. I'll check that. We'll go back to Kevin a little later when he gets ready.
He might have got swallowed by the student section because they've been going the entire game. They have not sat down or quieted down since the kick.
Well, they've never been to a varsity football game before.
Very true.
They're going to re-kick after the penalty. Now we'll go down to Kevin.
Oh, we're here. Hey, school spirit and school culture are highly emphasized at Justin Garza High School.
All right, we're sorry, Kevin's not quite ready yet technically down there, so we'll go back there later and we'll try this kick again. Tartaglia kicked it away from Alexander, and I think you take that penalty and make him kick it again until they kick it to him again, right?
Right. Why not?
On the very first play of this game, London Alexander, 88 yards for the touchdown on the kickoff return. And he wants another chance. And he will get another chance. Bobbles it, picks it up at the 25. He's going to come to the near side, and he's got room. Penalty flag already down. He gets it to midfield, across midfield, but I think this one might be coming back. It's going to be holding on the kick return, so it's coming back. So we'll send it downstairs to Kevin Miller. Kevin, it's all yours.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. Let's do this again. School spirit and school culture are highly emphasized at Justin Garza High School. I'm here with some student body officers, Adra, Brooklyn, and the Guardian is putting out the vibe. Adra, you have a tradition, an early tradition known as Founders Day. What is it and what do you do for Founders Day?
Founders Day is an annual event where we partner up with Beautify Fresno to clean up trash around the community, where we just want to stand for more, which is Justin Garza's motto.
Indeed, and our founder, Justin Garza High School, based on Justin Garza, and we appreciate you carrying on his legacy and his memory. And then Brooklyn, Culture and Club Showcase in February. What happens there?
Well, it's an annual event where communities and families can come and they can see what we put on display, our culture, they put on performances, and they have their garbs on so we can showcase the diversity we have here at Justin Garza High School.
Indeed, celebrating diversity, inclusivity, and community. That is Justin Garza High School. Ralph Cam, back to you.
Thank you, Mr. FNR.
And that Guardian mascot outfit is one of the best high school mascot get-ups that I've seen.
Yeah, I like that too. I noticed it right away on the polo shirts of the coaches. Pass over the middle is through the hands of Julian Arnazasu. Incomplete. Third down.
And well read by Caleb Matthews. A little play action fake and had a receiver. I don't know if he just missed him a little bit, let him a little bit too much, but some space. Good read, just got to execute that throw.
Hit him in the gloves. Matthews going to throw it to the near side. Passes complete out across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. And on the tackle, Ja'Kai Vasquez making the catch. He's a junior, also plays linebacker.
Yeah, that's
another penalty, roughing the passer.
Yeah, that's a lot of confidence in your sophomore quarterback. Caleb Matthews rolling to his left, which is a tough throw for a right-handed quarterback, hitting that corner route, a timing route, hitting Vasquez for a first down. Now, there's a reason why this kid's a sophomore leading this offense, and that throw is an example of that.
Penalty takes it across midfield to the 46 of Emmanuel. And now another player has been chased off the field. That's the second Garza player that official is sent to the sideline. During the fourth quarter, find out who's our player of the game, sponsored by Donald P. Dick. It's a 1st and 10 sponsored by Lithia Subaru. As there's still a discussion about whether the player can stay in the game.
Yeah, looked like
he won the negotiating session.
Yeah, a mouthpiece issue. I don't know if they didn't think he had a mouthpiece in because he has a mask covering his mouth, but Joseph Ferris is like, man, the mouthpiece. Ooh, Jason Romo's lucky he's still in this football game because that was a helmet-to-helmet shot on a defenseless quarterback.
Ooh. On the ground, another big collision. This is Mekhi Greer, the ball carrier. Takes it inside the 40.
Will Henderson has announced himself a couple times tonight, and that was another example of just when he gets going, he's coming downhill and he is delivering some force.
2nd and 4. Greer again, and he can't get away from the tackle. Takes it down to about the 38-yard line. Tyler Romo on the tackle. Third and about 2. Greer, nothing there. He's going to be stopped and pushed back. No gain. Gang tackled. It was as if the Eagles knew what was coming. Coming up, it's your Xfinity halftime show, so stay tuned for that. The Xfinity halftime show. Penalty on the play is going to give Garza the first down.
Yeah, just a 5-yard face mask, just a light grab of the face man. That's too bad because that was well executed defense on that 3rd and short.
Passes over there to a wide open receiver. Went off the fingertips of Amari Bogan and incomplete. Matthews with a pretty good throw there. Sometimes you're just too wide open. See if we can pick up the face mask. It's just an inadvertent right there.
Yeah, that's a... I mean, that looks like a 15-yarder to me, but 5 yards, first down for Garza. He grabbed it and pulled it, but Garza will take it.
Passing deep to the end zone, has him up there. Touchdown, London Alexander, his 2nd of the game. Another look at the Porta Subs touchdown.
Just a post route, and Caleb Matthews almost threw it early, but let London Alexander clear the safety and then dropped it in the bucket. We're going to hear Matthews to Alexander quite a bit for the next 2 years. Man, an explosive weapon on the perimeter, but could not be more impressed with Caleb Matthews, the sophomore quarterback, starting the first varsity game for Justin Garza. His first varsity game as a quarterback, unfazed, gets hit late, gets hit helmet to helmet, still comes out battling and executing this offense. Drop in the bucket for 6.
Yeah, feeling pretty good for first-timers. 2 touchdowns now in the game for London Alexander. The extra point by Ivan Alvarez was good. So it's a 20-7 lead with 31 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Been impressed with both schools, really, at this point.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you can see, you're right. That connection could be around for a while.
Yeah, I mean, they're good ones. I mean, 2 really young football teams that, you know, Emmanuel, a couple of mistakes early. Justin Garza took advantage of those mistakes, but really well executed football from both sides. We talked about it pregame, our iron keys of the game. Emmanuel had to win the physical matchup up front. They had to own that line of scrimmage offensively to move the football. They've done that, and Justin Garza, they had to open it up and exploit the athletic mismatches on the perimeter. They have done that as well. So both schools really playing to their strengths and having success, but man, it's going to be tough to stop number 2 to number 3 because Caleb Matthews is dialed in, and London Alexander just a better athlete than anybody Emmanuel can put across the line of scrimmage from him.
If you looked at the time of possession, and we don't have those official stats, but I don't have to tell you, the time of possession has heavily favored Emmanuel. It's been quick strikes for the Guardians, and now we'll see what Emmanuel does if the Eagles can put together another sustained drive. Low kick taken on the near side across the 30. Romo lowers his head and gets across the 35 to about the 36. Jason Romo on the return. Ryan Rosales on the tackle. 25 seconds to go in the opening quarter. And they're over there watching our show again.
Trying to get some insight. What are we doing right? What are we doing wrong? What adjustments do we need to make?
Yeah, and where is Mr. FNR? That's what they want to know.
Yeah, I really like the fight from Emmanuel. I mean, that finish to that run from Jason Romo right there. Sees the tackler coming. All right, let's go. Head-to-head, me versus you. Brought the fight to Justin Garza. They are not going to back down. Down 13-0, didn't matter. Still bringing it to him.
Henderson. Boy, bounces off a defender. Going to turn it into about a 5-yard gain, maybe 4 out to the 40. He already knows he's going to be sore tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a work horse. That's what you call him, work horse. Both sides of the ball, downhill, all game long.
And they'll let the time run out on the quarter.
Ice bath tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, you got that right. First quarter sponsored by Les Schwab Tires, home of the best tire value promise. Go to leschwab.com. We'll be back to the second quarter after this. Tonight's second quarter sponsored by Sang Pediatrics. Emmanuel facing the second down here to start the second quarter. From the 40, now down 20-7. Henderson working that right side, and again pushing the pile. Out to about the 45, where they finally stop him. Set up a 3rd and 1. And the fans want Eddie. That's all I can hear.
I don't know if they're going to get Eddie, but they're not going to stop.
They're getting Will is what they're getting. A lot of Will, aren't they?
Calling for him. Yeah, this is it. 3rd and 1. This is what Emmanuel wants to do, right? 3rd and short. Let's just push our way to a first down. Keep this drive rolling. Keep this game at a slow pace. Let's play this game at our pace, not Garza pace.
Henderson takes it, bounces it outside to the far side. Going to have the first down. Close to midfield. 1st and 10 sponsored by Lithia's Subaru. 2.9% APR. 48 months on all new 22 and 23 Subaru models.
Now, Will Henderson does a really good job of just reading blocks. So that second down run, put his foot down, cut it up, picked up 5 or 6 yards to set up that 3rd and short. 3rd and short, sees some room. Emmanuel gets the edge, he bounces it and picks up the first down. And it's really tough to read those blocks as a running back coming from off center. He's doing a really nice job.
So keep it going. Another 5 yards, maybe 6. Inside the 40. Inside the 45, let's make that. At about the 44. Yeah, picked up 6. So 2nd down and 4. Horn to Henderson. And he squirts through the pile and gets across the 40 and about the 39. So that'll be another first down. 1st and 10 sponsored by Lithia Subaru.
I don't know what Will Henderson is doing in the offseason, but man, he is in fantastic shape. Both sides of the ball, not just playing on offense, but carrying the ball just about every snap this drive. And just a workhorse for this Emmanuel offense. But again, picking his way through that defensive front of Garza, doing a really nice job of finding some space, and when he finds it, putting that foot down and getting vertical. Oh, there's a freebie.
Yeah, movement on the line. Contact.
Dead ball. Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Penalty takes it to the 34-yard line. 1st and 5. First and 5, you'd like these all night, wouldn't you?
Yeah, maybe take a shot down.
Horn sends Romo in motion. Now looks deep. Throws deep. Has a receiver out there, but can't get to it. It was intended for Jason Romo. Second down and 5. Hey, welcome to the Institute of Technology press box, where careers begin. This is where we have all the fun.
Yeah.
We hope you're enjoying the game. It's going to be a close game, we think. See if Emmanuel can answer the guy who's been carrying the load offensively. My gosh, he's dragging 2 guys and then bulls over a third. Henderson down near the 20. Was spotted at the 22, but it's good for another first down.
The Will Henderson show. But
watch the finish.
Just seeking out contact, man. You love to see a running back who just wants to bring a fight to a defense. Emmanuel, first and 5, took a shot, just almost a free down. Second down, give it to Will Henderson. Pick up a first, give it to Will Henderson again.
In the Toyota red zone now, inside the 20, down close to the 18. I think he was wrapped up by Forrest Johnson. Usually it takes more than one guy, though, to bring him down. Certainly has been tonight.
Forrest Johnson, the big 6'2", 245 in the middle of that defense.
Number 99, right in the middle of the line.
Yes. Inside zone with the lead blocker, and Will Henderson doing a good job of letting things develop in front of him. And then when he sees that space, running physical.
The Eagles are burning up the clock with another sustained drive. Romo dropped in the backfield for a loss. Coming in there early was Amari Bogan, number 4. Pushes him back outside the 20. And now they got a 3rd and long.
Yeah, that's tough. You see Will Henderson lined up as a fullback. The ball is probably going to be handed to the guy behind him, and he's going to be a lead blocker. And each time they've done that, they've tried to hit to the perimeter. They've tried to get Will Henderson out in front of Trey Romo. Trey Romo scored a touchdown on a short run, but Garza's done a good job of containing that ball and not allowing that to hit the perimeter and pick up a good chunk of yardage.
Horn to throw. Steps up, fires into coverage, incomplete. Knocked away by Francisco Gama. It'll be 4th down.
Francisco Gama might have cost London Alexander an interception. It looked like he was undercutting that corner route, but Francisco Gama stuck that hand out. Nice pass deflection on 3rd down.
Salute to Servicemen is sponsored by MD Immanuel Insurance. Wants to thank all of our servicemen and women for the freedom they earn for us each and every day. Going for it on 4th down. No, they're going to attempt a field goal. It's a fake. And a double fake. Romo running into traffic over on the near side, and he's dropped. Taken down on a good open field tackle there by Lee Williams. So a big play by Guardians to force it over on downs. Garza will have the football and the lead when we come back. You're watching Friday Night Rivals. Hey, that's Doug on the H&E scissor lift, giving us our aerial footage. Our thanks to H&E Equipment for their help with our equipment rentals for our FNR games. H&E Equipment Services, where others stop, we continue. And that's where Cam wants to be for one of our telecasts. He wants to be up there tall in the tower.
That's all Doug.
Matthews keeps it on a first down play. Gained about a yard. Another time-consuming drive on the last possession for Emmanuel, but no points that time. Trailing 20-7. On 2nd and 8. Looking now. The dump-off pass to Williams has some room on the far sideline. Across the 35 and knocked out of bounds at the 39. That'll be a 1st and 10, sponsored by Lithia Subaru. 2.9% APR for 48 months on all new 2022 and 23 Subaru models. Send it downstairs to Kevin.
Shall we continue to talk school culture and school spirit? How about these Emmanuel Eagles who had something very special occur just today? It's called, Maddie, the Fall Social. Is that right?
Yeah.
What exactly happens in Fall Social?
So for Fall Social, we get to step out of our normal classroom and learning environment, and we get to take all day and just bond with our school and with our classes. And what that looks like is playing games and just eating a meal and fellowshipping together. So it's a great time of just showing our school spirit. We dress up and most kids go all out, and we just have friendly competition between classes and grades. Yeah, it's a great time for the high school just to bond and just have some good fellowship together.
Fantastic. So we're hearing fellowship, unity, but also competition. And Allison, amazing catfish race. Is that the competition?
It's the competition. We have an amazing catfish race, so it's class against class, and you carry on a catfish all day. You're with your classes, you're playing fun, silly games. It's good competition. It's great bonding time for classes. Great time to make new friendships and hang out. It's really fun.
A real catfish?
A real catfish, yeah.
Okay, I think I smell some remnants, but hey, that's all good. It's school spirit. It's school spirit. Sarah, dodgeball is also a competition. How was that going?
Yes, dodgeball is a big thing at our school. It's one of the biggest highlights at our school and to come as students. And this is where classes come together and we verse each other. So juniors versus seniors or sophomores versus freshmen. And this is a great time for our school to get together and show our drive towards sports. And this year, actually, the sophomore boys and junior girls won the competition for dodgeball. So it's a great time for us to come together and just show how much we love the sports and have fun with each other.
Dodge, dip, dive, duck, and dodge. That's what it goes. Aiden, put it in perspective for us. What does this do for your student body and your community?
Well, it just gives us all a good chance to come together, to meet all the new kids. Like, it gives you a chance to just show yourself. Like, have the new kids just express themselves, like, go have fun. You can see what they're good at, like, if they want to hop in a game or if they're too nervous, you just push them in. Like, and then they get to go. They just get to have fun.
That's right. Well, hey, Friday Night Rivals, we want a part of this. Could we be invited next year? Is that cool? All right. Yeah. That'd be cool. And then just real quick, Maddie, who happened to win the whole day?
Oh yeah, seniors, good old seniors, of course. We had to pull off the win. So
it's the senior class, and it's the Eagles that are looking to make their comeback. Don't rule them out, FNR. They're coming at you. Ralph Cam, back to you. Let's go, Eagles! Go!
Yeah. All right, thank you, Kevin. 1st and 15 now for Emmanuel. I'm sorry, for Emmanuel, for Garza. They've worked their way down the field with the passing game, then a penalty brought it back, but now they're going there again. Big contact after the catch. Brogan with the catch and the hit, and then Henderson comes over, finish that play. But it'll be good enough for another 1st down. Sponsored by Lithia Subaru. Officials timeout. So you got a player injured down on the near sideline. Bogan. Bogan might be cramping over there, so that's what his issue is. And they're surprised we haven't seen more of that. Going to throw for it. He's down there again. Alexander looking for his 3rd touchdown. Overthrown and incomplete. Right after the game, stay tuned for World's Funniest Animals. That's coming up on the CW 59.
It's another post route. Caleb Matthews has been on point tonight. That one just a little bit too much. Tried to keep it away from the safety. Man, London Alexander running free through the middle of that Immanuel defense once again.
Matthews hands it off. This is Mekhi Greer, the ball carrier. Down at about the 31. Hey, during the fourth quarter, fans, you can find out who will be our player of the game. Sponsored by Donald P. Dick.
Steep competition right now. Steep competition for that player of the game.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. And they won't make it any easier the rest of the game, I'm sure.
No.
Empty backfield. Thrown to the far side. It's incomplete. Seth Hutchinson was in there defending. Tonight's Smile Cam is sponsored by Toyota. Yeah, they're smiling because they like this varsity football experience, huh? Something fun to do on Friday nights.
And they've been that hyped since the JV.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, the middle of the JV game.
It's been a long day for them already.
Non-stop.
Going for it on fourth down. Matthews looking. Now he's going to dump it. Incomplete. So the Guardians turn it over on downs. Emmanuel takes over. 3:24 to go before halftime. The Eagles would love to get a touchdown before the break.
Yeah, get a touchdown. They get the kick coming out of halftime. Nice stop defensively. 3rd and short, 4th and short. Empty formations from Garza. Nice job in zone coverage by that Emmanuel defense, taking away the throwing lanes, forcing Matthews to throw an incompletion on 3rd, just out of the reach of his receiver, and then 4th just kind of throwing it away. Nice stop. Now 3:24, they're going to have to pick up the pace a little bit offensively if they want to move 70 yards down the field.
Yeah, because they've been doing a lot of running, and they're going to start it again. Nope. Penalty flag will stop that play. Offside on the defense, so they get 5 yards the easy way.
Dead ball. Encroachment gets the defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Jake Horn, the quarterback, is a junior. Only 5 seniors on this roster. 4 freshmen start. So we're looking at 2 young teams tonight. Snap goes to Henderson across the 40 again. Boy, he uses that strength. Henderson is a load.
Yeah, uses the strength to finish, but really uses patience to allow his blocks to develop in front of him. He's been really patient all night long. Once he sees the crease, then he puts that foot in the ground, gets his pads down, finishes runs physically, but he's been a very patient runner of the football tonight.
Picks up another first down, sponsored by Lithia Subaru. Oh, he got the direct snap and then whistles before the snap.
Timeout, blue.
Well, they got the timeout in before the snap. I guess the snap surprised him. That's why he couldn't get it. But I don't know if it's going to go the other way. They're going to say that Garza takes the timeout. Is that right?
I think so. They
pointed
moved the
that
ball
way.
5 yards also. There must have also been a penalty somewhere, but I didn't.
Well, they played almost a full half. Guys feeling kind of settled in now, you think? You know,
Yeah.
they maybe feeling a little more comfortable.
Yeah. Will Henderson just continuing to play both sides of the football and delivering punishment.
Let's send it downstairs to Kevin Miller. Kevin?
Hey, thanks, Ralph. This student-athlete health tip is sponsored by Sang Pediatrics. Organize. Whenever you're busy and feeling overwhelmed, be sure to organize your life. It is easier to tackle a big job if you chip away at it a little at a time. That way you won't feel so overwhelmed if you read one chapter at a time. Having the right mindset will allow you to finish big tasks and large achievements and maybe one day win the championship game. And that's what we're after, and that is brought to you by, once again, Sang Pediatrics. Ralph Cam, back to you.
Thank you very much, Kevin. It'll be 1st down and 5 coming out of the timeout for Emmanuel. The Eagles are at their own 48, 3:02 to go before halftime. Henderson takes it over the far side. He makes probably 3 yards at the end after every play.
Yeah. Yards after contact. 1st and 5, direct snap to Henderson. A couple of blockers in front of him. Moving the sticks. Picking up another 1st down.
Sponsored by Lithia Subaru. And off to Henderson. Boy, he's amazing how he is able to pick up chunks of yardage like that, and you know he's going to get the ball.
Yeah, man, he's going to be a load all season long with this Emmanuel schedule. I mean, both sides of the ball, just a physical presence.
Hey fans, you can watch a replay of tonight's game. Just head over to YouTube, search for Friday Night Rivals on CW 59. Tonight's game will be available early next week. Click on the FNR logo. Guess who? Henderson, number 44, rolls inside the 30. Clock continues to run. It's stopped on the they move the chains. Under 2 minutes now. But that's another 1st and 10, sponsored by Lithia Subaru. 2.9% APR for 48 months on all new 2022 and 2023 Subaru models. Timeout taken by the defense. That gives me time to tell you, coming up, it's your Xfinity halftime show featuring the Educator Spotlight. It's coming up at halftime. 1:51 left on the clock in the 2nd quarter.
Emmanuel came out with an unbalanced formation, so no receivers on the left side of the line of scrimmage. Everybody on the right side of the line of scrimmage into the short side of the field. So last time they did that was the Trey Romo touchdown, using those bodies to create space. He hit the perimeter and was able to punch one in. Garza takes a timeout to talk about that on the sideline. Minute 51 left. Emmanuel only 1 timeout, but man, Will Henderson just continues to move the chains. They're moving at a little bit of a quicker pace because they don't have the time to be methodical. They can continue to execute the same offense that they've executed down the field. Enough time for them to continue to move the chains, running the football, handing the ball to Henderson. Try to get down and put points on the board before this 1st half is over.
Henderson's in the middle of that pile, which is why it's still moving. Gained about 4. But they're going to get to a point where they've got to move faster. See, they already got the play in more quickly. As Horn got to the sideline and back already at 1:26:25 and counting. Henderson, there's an opening, and he cuts it back. Takes on another defender inside the 15, down to about the 12.
I mean, same play. Formation into the boundary, hand the ball to Will Henderson. He's just picking his way through this Garza defense. Wherever there's a hole, he has found it tonight, and then he has finished these runs physically. Minute 17 left.
In the Toyota red zone. Henderson cuts back, gets it inside the 10 to about the 9. 1:07 to go. Still the one timeout. Henderson's got to be feeling it. $50 seconds to go before halftime. Before that snap, penalty flag, and it's going to be against Garza, 5 yards.
Dead ball. Postman on the defense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Guardian's been flagged for that several times tonight.
Yeah, quite a bit.
44 seconds to go for number 44. Just about everybody in the joint knows he's going to get it, right? Oh, high snap. Henderson trying to win a race to it, covers the ball outside the 20. Let's see where they mark it. Clock is stopped. They may have to take the timeout.
Man, just unfortunate.
Yeah.
Will Henderson lined up again, taking a direct snap. Blockers in front of him just couldn't quite handle that one. Big loss on second down. Lucky just to recover that one. But, I mean, got to throw the football now.
Out of timeouts with 35 seconds to go.
Third and about 20. No timeouts. I mean, you have time to run 2 plays. Maybe run your field goal team on if you pick up enough yards, but don't feel comfortable going for it on 4th down. But they're going to have to pick up a chunk here, get out of bounds, or have 2 plays ready in the huddle. So if they get tackled in bounds, they have time to try and execute a play on 4th down, either to pick up that 1st down or try to get into the end zone.
Henderson, they are going to run it. Boy. And so now they're going to face 4th down. The clock is stopped.
It's like a holding penalty on Emmanuel. I don't know if you just decline it. Make them.
Holding on the offense. That penalty is declined.
Yeah, there you go.
It's going to be 4th down.
They can make a decision.
Clock to start? Do we have a running play, right? Does he want the clock to start?
Of course he does.
Yeah.
Of course he does.
Now the clock will, well, I thought it would roll. Yeah, the official is calling for the clock to roll, and it does. So they'll attempt the field goal to be 34 yards. Another high snap. And they'll get nothing out of that. So a couple of time-consuming drives in that quarter for Emmanuel, but no points to show.
Yeah, you just can't make mistakes like that. Really, the mistake was on that 2nd down snap that went over Will Henderson's head. Tough for this Emmanuel offense. If they stay in front of the sticks, they're able to execute this offense, which really tonight has been hand the ball to Will Henderson, put some bodies in front of him, and then get out of the way. You just can't make those mistakes where you lose yardage, put yourself at a disadvantage, and try to make up against this Garza defense, which they have a lot of athletes on the perimeter. Tough to create space in the passing game tonight.
I believe Garza was going to let the clock run out, but now one of the officials has stopped the clock. And there's a discussion with the referee down at the 15-yard line. Put 10 10 seconds back on the clock. So you wind up and throw it deep for number 3, I guess.
Why not?
They're going to do the screen. That might be just as good. He is dangerous when he gets his hands on the football, isn't he? Quick timeout called in 1 second left. So time for another play. They'll put another second on the clock, 2 seconds.
Might have broken that one, but Will Henderson once again making a tackle, making an impact, had some space, and Will Henderson, good job flying out of the middle of that defense, getting out to the perimeter to tackle Alexander. We know Matthews can sling it.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can sling it 65 yards, but
he won't have to. Just get it to the guy. And of course, in that Emmanuel hut on the other side, they're saying, watch number 3.
yeah. Please don't let number 3 run by you, whatever you do.
That's it.
Line up as deep as you need to not allow that to happen.
We could be defensive coordinators for this play.
That's right.
Roland in the near side looking. Just dumps it off and it's incomplete. He's trying to get it to Bogan, but it was defended and wasn't going to go anywhere anyway. So that'll end this first half. Very entertaining. Certainly that very first play. Your second quarter has been sponsored by Sang Pediatrics. And now we'll send it back downstairs to Kevin Miller. Kevin.
You bet. Thanks, Ralph. Here with Coach Ferris. Coach, off to a strong start. Emmanuel responded. What do you got to do to maintain, if not extend this lead in the second half?
We just got to keep playing the football that we're playing. It's a very physical game. We're a young team, a bunch of sophomores, some juniors, and this is a very physical football team. 44 is a very physical kid, and we just got to keep playing, Justin Garza ball. We pride ourselves on our physicality. That was kind of the big question mark. We're going to be able to hang with their physicality, and we're just got to keep doing that. We just got to keep playing hard, getting off the ball and playing ball.
And you're doing it. We'll go stand for some more, Coach. Best of luck in the second half. Hey, Ralph, Cam, back to you.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Kevin. Good first half, 20-7 in the school. We'll be back with halftime right after this. The halftime show is sponsored by Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi for an incredibly fast and powerful connection only from Xfinity. Now to take us through our halftime, as always, Kevin Miller.
Thank you, Ralph. Welcome to the Xfinity Halftime Report. And the Vince Wesson Scholar Athlete Award goes to none other than our QB1 from Justin Garza, number 2 in your program, number 1 in your heart, Caleb Matthews. Caleb, how you doing?
Man, I'm feeling great tonight.
Fantastic. Now, you're one of the hardest working dudes we have out here, so we appreciate your time. By the way, our Vince Wesson Scholar Athlete brought to you by Wendy's, and we appreciate that from Wendy's. Now, Caleb, if it's okay, I'm going to brag on you a little bit, all right? Yes, touchdown in the air, leading the squad. 4.0 GPA, y'all, as a sophomore, and you're involved in another sport. What sport?
I also play basketball, too, for Garza.
All right, and what position do you play?
I play, forward, wing.
Okay, all right. So taking it to the basket, shooting it up, that's fantastic. And then how about clubs on campus? Are you involved in any clubs?
Yeah, I'm also involved in FCA. It's a fellowship of Christian athletes. We just want to give our thanks to God because, without him, it would be hard to do what I could do.
Wonderful. Can you share with us a little bit, Caleb, what's it been like? And I know we've got the band playing behind us here, and that's pretty cool ambiance, but what's it been like to play in your first varsity game in front of this crowd and on TV, by the way? What's it been like?
Man, it's been great. It's everything you could kind of dream of, you know, playing on TV and under a great crowd. You know, I'm just excited.
Sure. Well, you are shining bright, my man, and congratulations to you. You were awarded this, sponsored by Wendy's, the Vince Wesson Scholar Athlete, and it's unprecedented. We talked about new traditions and trailblazers by Justin Garza. You are the first sophomore to ever receive this award. So congratulations, the Vince Wesson Scholar Athlete, brought to you by Wendy's, to Caleb Matthews of Justin Garza High School. And we are going to be back with more Xfinity Halftime Report right after this. Congratulations. Go get some rest. Electrolytes. Hydrate, Caleb. Second half action. All right, good job. Welcome back to the Xfinity Halftime Report. It's one of our pleasures to have this feature, the Educator Spotlight, featuring our illustrious principals of the Central Valley. Here with us from Emmanuel High School is Phil Gertzen, and from Justin Garza High School, we have Harmon Dillon. And Phil, thanks for joining us. We had a great visit with your students, and you guys had something really fun go down today, that fall social. What was your perspective on that?
We did. Well, we're all about community at Emmanuel, and we have kids from so many different areas. So we just get together, have a good time, build some relationships, and get started on the right foot.
Oh, we could tell. Yeah, and that catfish race, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
They invited us for next year, so we'll be there.
Slimy, but good.
Yeah, I bet. Say, and I was seeing that all 42 of the football players did something for Gleanings for the Hungry, an outreach coupling with farmers in the local area. You had 26 students go to Guatemala for a service project for 2 weeks. Can you share with us the spirit of service at Emmanuel?
Sure. So for us, it's about serving God and neighbor in that way, right? So we want to make sure we get our students involved in ways to serve. And so when you give, that's where the fulfillment comes in and where we reach out to our community. And so going to Guatemala, there's about 25 kids that went there. And then our football team jumped over to Danuba, Gleanings for the Hungry. They had a chance to serve in that way and try and give back. Beautiful. So it's a blessing for us.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's early in the year, but what are some things you're looking forward to this year?
Well, just continue to build momentum with relationships, new kids on campus, and just keep pushing forward.
Right on. I'm looking for a comeback, Phil. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Harmon, this has been amazing. Thank you for hosting us.
I'm really glad you guys are here. It's been a great night. We have a great fan.
Yeah, now we're used to this stadium. We're used to a full student section, but the first time ever, this student section is off the hook. Talk about the school spirit. It's alive and well.
Well, being the first varsity home game,
yes,
we kicked it off strong, and we got the energy going, so we're going to continue that this football season.
Oh, we can tell. That's awesome. And then how about, it's still early in the year, obviously, but what are you looking forward to this year at Justin Garza High School?
As a first-year principal, I'm looking forward to building that culture and those relationships with my students, continuing Justin Garza's legacy of standing for more, and just having a great football season.
Wonderful. Well, we really appreciate your time and your hospitality, and we appreciate all of our educators. So, Principal Dillon, thank you so much for that. We're going to be back, y'all, for more Xfinity Halftime Report right after this. They just won't stop. Their energy is infectious. Welcome back to the Xfinity Halftime Report, and this is our feature on Les Schwab, who has partnered with us on FNR for the past 10 years, a decade, y'all. They love how this program makes them a part of the communities in the Valley. Les Schwab enjoys the opportunity to showcase local students in the sports they love to do on KFRE. Les Schwab Tires, pride in performance. Now, here's the thing. Les Schwab, we always do the tradition of let's move this way, of the cheer challenge. But here's what we got to move and shake. And we got to do the moonwalk a little bit, baby, because we have actual skydivers who are making their way. Justin Garza High School, the Guardians, setting the tone for their first ever varsity game. At any moment, these skydivers could be coming in. But I think we could. Oh, we see them. We see them. They're coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, first ever, could be on FNR. Let's give it up. Guardian number 1.
Oh, yeah! This is what we do. Friday Night Rivals, Season 13, Game 1. There's more where that came from. Way to go, brother.
Thank you so much.
That was amazing. What was the altitude on that?
We jumped from 5,500 feet. We pulled at right around 4,200 feet.
4,200 feet right here on FNR. What's your name?
Luke Bershears.
Yeah, Luke.
Yeah.
That's the real deal. Who else is coming, Luke? Oh, my gosh, here they come. Let's go. Started at 5,500 feet. That's pretty high. Release at 4,200. We've got more coming in. All dressed in Guardian gear. We got, is that Tom Brady? It could be, you never know. Justin Garza pulling out all the stops. This is what's happening. Ladies and gentlemen, a first ever, unprecedented. We had a sophomore as our Vince Wesson Scholar Athlete. We've got skydivers. And of course, we're going to have the Les Schwab Cheer Challenge. This is the tradition, the mainstay for over a decade. Congratulations. Your name? Your name?
I'm Sarah.
Sarah, number 12 in your program, number 1 in your heart. That's Sarah. Sarah, you 5,500 feet you started, dropped to 4,200?
Yeah, about 120 miles per hour, and then floated our way gently down.
120, what? And how about you, skydiver extraordinaire? What's your name?
Brandy Robertson.
Randy, way to go. Outstanding. How long have we been doing this?
17 years now.
That's a tradition. How about you?
6 years, and she taught me.
Oh my goodness, it is a family affair. This is something very special. I mean, what more can we do in season 13? This is what we're bringing you. All right, now if you don't mind, because I know you've been working hard, okay? You got the altitude affecting you. If you could just scoot a little bit, because we got cheerleaders coming at us right now for this cheer challenge. Way to go, Guardians. All right, everybody. Francisco, I know you're ready. Cheerleaders! On your marks! Get set! Go! This is what we've been waiting for. All halftime. Here they come. Garza taking an early lead. Oh my gosh! The other Garza team needs a rotation and balance. Looks like the red team from Garza over the white team. We're going to have to double check here real quick. Going to the judges. Red team? The red team is victorious from Justin Garza. Ladies, show the camera that you're the champs of the cheer challenge. The red team, congratulations. Hey, and we've got a lot of more and more football. We'll be back right after this. Way to go. Yes.
Tonight's third quarter has been sponsored by Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi for an incredibly fast and powerful connection only from Xfinity. Hey, welcome back, everybody. We're going to talk about our next game. I mean, this was still has another half to play in this one, believe it or not. But we'll be back in 2 weeks. FNR returns in 2 weeks. Clovis West at Lemoore on September 2nd, right here on Central Valley's CW 59. Looking forward to seeing either of those games or both of those teams.
Yeah, I mean, really two historic programs in the Valley. Clovis West, ton of success. Lemoore, ton of really good football players that have come out of there. Lorenzo Neal at the top of that list. Future Hall of Famer Lorenzo Neal at the top of that list. But, you know, two programs on the rise. Eric Brown at Clovis West made an impact in his first year. You know, coaching is just in the family. Dan Brown.
Boy, you're not kidding.
You know, Dan Brown laid the foundation, but Lemoore, a lot of talented athletes, so excited to check that one out.
What are you expecting in the second half of this one? I'm not sure we got what we expected in the first half.
Right. I mean, Will Henderson just, you know, being a dominant force, and, you know, Caleb Matthews missed a little bit on his last couple possessions of the first half, but he was really efficient before that. They tried to take a couple shots, he missed. I think they're going to come out and sling it. I think they're going to let him operate this offense, find the mismatch, get the ball to his weapons. Emmanuel, they've done a good job controlling the tempo of the game. Now they just have to finish. We saw 2 times. One time they got inside the red zone. Second time right outside the red zone, just couldn't cash it in for points. That's a difference, 20-7 right now. Turnover, not cashing in at the end of that first half, and they get the ball coming out. We'll see what they put together that first drive of the second half.
I went out to pick out a bottle of water, and I said, you guys didn't even give us any chance to warm up tonight. The opening kickoff returned by London Alexander, 88 yards for a touchdown, and here you go.
Yeah, and then, next possession, they force a turnover and then cash it in again. It's been really a clean first half of football. Some penalties, some procedural things from that Garza defensive line, but pretty clean. Really physical. This Emmanuel team, Joseph Ferris said it. They're physical, and they brought it today. They were going to do a lot of damage, with the teams that they play in their conference schedule, with the way they play physically, led by 44 in the middle, man. That dude can play anywhere in the valley.
For a first-time team, there's not. I guess they're cleaner than I thought, and they're probably better than I thought they would be as far as execution goes. Having just played together maybe as freshmen.
Yeah. You don't know. Like that step up is intimidating, and it takes a lot to stay composed in those moments. And I was really impressed with Caleb Matthews in that first half. A sophomore, a lot on his plate, really executing, making good decisions with the football, allowing things to develop, not forcing the football. Thought he did an excellent job. Just missed a couple of throws at the end of that second half, but he's a sophomore starting his first varsity game. He set the bar really, really high with the way he's performed, in his first varsity start.
Not sure how much they can adjust in a halftime in the first game of the season, but obviously there are things you can target, I guess. Number 44, Emmanuel is going to carry the ball a lot in the second half. What do you give away to try and take that away?
I make them throw the football, right? We're going to put 9 guys at the line of scrimmage. You're going to line up 2 receivers. We're going to put 2 guys on them, and we're going to put 9 guys around the line of scrimmage. We're not going to let 44 dictate the tempo of this game anymore. You're going to have to do anything else but give him the football, and I expect Garza to do that, to really move guys closer to the line of scrimmage, force Emmanuel to do anything else. I don't care what it is. Force them to do anything else when they have the football.
The box count will be up.
The box count should be all the way up.
Okay, let's go downstairs to Kevin.
Here with Coach Henderson. All right, so Garza started out strong. You responded. What needs to happen in the second half, Coach, to get this game?
Well, they did a great job. We need to finish drives. We don't have the same type of big playmakers they have. We were able to do some really great things, sustain drives, but we need to finish. So that's what we're focusing right here, is finishing the drives. And we're playing a great brand of football, and that very proud of the Eagles tonight. Thank you guys.
Coach is fired up, ready to go, and he believes. Second half action. Let's do this. Cam, Ralph, let's go.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Thanks, Coach. Yeah, Coach said pretty much what you said.
Yeah, he's right. They really dictated the tempo of this game, sustained drives, picked up, first down, kept the chains moving, and they did it the way that they want to do it. They want to grind it. They want to slow that tempo down, play physically. They did all of those things, but when you get the ball in the area of the field where you have an opportunity to score, especially against an explosive opponent, you have to take advantage and put points on the board.
Yeah, they had three sustained drives. The first one, they got a touchdown. But the next 2 in the second quarter, they got no points.
Yeah, just a few mistakes. A couple of bad snaps really cost them. And then, Garza bowed up on the second drive, kept them out of there when they got inside the red zone, which, tough to do because Emmanuel plays a really physical brand of football.
Well, we'll see what Garza does in the second half. I'd be excited to see if they decide to air it out and go to their guys, go to their playmakers, guys that we think are playmakers.
Yeah, and I think they have athletic advantages all over the football field. 4 wides, I think they have the athletic advantage all the way across the board. Now, put the trust in Caleb Matthews to dictate where that football goes. Allow him to read defensively what Emmanuel is doing and find where he can put the football. We'll see. I'm excited. This man. First game of the season. Caleb Matthews is an extremely impressive sophomore quarterback. Obviously haven't seen any other sophomore quarterbacks this year, but be hard-pressed to find someone who is as composed, who is as accurate, who can throw the ball as well on the move as number 2.
Yeah, he has been good, and you would think he's going to get a lot better.
Yeah.
Because he does have that composure. And he has the ability, and he's going to have some receivers who are going to be open in the second half. Because there were guys open in the first half.
Yeah, just missed. A couple of misses, but really well played first half of football.
And there's the guy that carried the offensive load for Emmanuel in the first half. And he was just, I thought, not short of amazing. Because when you know, everybody knows you're getting the ball. And he's dragging 3 and 4 defenders and plowing into guys and making extra yards. Yeah, and he'll be feeling it tomorrow. He might not get out of here.
I don't know, man. It looks like whatever he does in the offseason prepares him for exactly this. He's like, I'm going to get the ball every play, and I'm going to make every tackle on defense. How do I prepare myself to do that? It looks like he did it. But, yes, there's going to be ice baths in his future for sure because, man, I've had a couple of 17, 18 tackle games in my career. One time I took a step out of bed and fell right down because my body just gave out. It was that physically wiped out. That's how Will Henderson's going to feel tomorrow.
Yeah, and remember, with a roster that small, a lot of guys are going both ways. Fortunately, this is not a terribly hot night where you'd have a lot of guys cramping up. We're not seeing that. I mean, it's actually turned into a beautiful night.
Yeah.
So, second half now is underway. Short kick taken out to about the 33-yard line. It's the first time we have a chance to see Caden Joseph. He was the returner. They're going to spot that ball on the 33-yard line. First and 10.
See what Garza does defensively to adjust to this Emmanuel offense. Try to limit what 44 can do because he was just a beast in that first half.
They start off with the fake, and the deep throw incomplete. Double coverage on Jackson Levy, the intended receiver. Second and 10.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Garza, I think that my athletes can match up with your athletes on the perimeter, right? I'm going to force Jake Horn to be really accurate with the football. If you want to complete a pass, I'm just not going to let 44 beat me. I'm going to bring my safeties down close to the line of scrimmage, and I'm going to force you to do something else with the football to sustain drives.
Second down, it's back to Henderson, who stumbles forward for a gain of 2 out to the 35. So defensively, 2 plays in the second half, giving up 2 yards.
Yeah, it's really tough for an offense like Emmanuel. You know, come out, try to catch this Garza defense a little bit off guard, throwing the ball on first down, which they hadn't done all night, other than that 1st and 5. But now you're, 3rd and 8, obvious passing situation. Garza can adjust to that, kind of take some of your playbook away.
Henderson, the ball carrier, gets another 2 out to the 37 or so. And it'll be 4th down. Not a lot of choice here.
I wouldn't think so.
Have to punt it away.
I mean, you run it on third down. Maybe they were hoping to pick up, make this fourth and short, try to physical their way to a first down, but 4th and 6 in your own territory, 20-7. I don't think that's a decision that you can make.
Tartaglia gets the snap. Alexander, 40, 50, 40 inside to about the 35-yard line, but there is a penalty flag way back at the beginning of the run at the 40. Let's see what that is.
Only one thing in the middle of the field on punt return. When the punter or the punt returner breaks one, probably going to be a holding on the return team.
During the return team, 10-yard penalty for the spot of foul, first down.
So that kind of flips the field. They were down inside the 40. This will take it back to the 30 on the other side. So 1st and 10, but now back at the 30-yard line. Matthews hands it off. This is Lee Williams, the ball carrier, gets stopped and pushed back. Looked like there might have been something there briefly, but he's held to a 2-yard gain. This is Alexander getting his right elbow checked out on the sideline.
Yeah, that could be an issue for this Garza offense for sure.
On 2nd and 8. Matthews dumps it off, and there's a flag. 2 flags come in. Henderson may have been there a little early.
Yeah, just a little bit. Made a good play on the ball, though.
Well, the official who threw the 2nd flag was really airing it out. I mean, that was about a 30-yard throw.
It was. It was. Launched it from the middle of the field.
44 is 15 yards from the previous spot. First down.
I like how officials step off every yard, even though, the yard markers are there. You can just count 15 yards, but every step is 1 yard.
It's more fun that way. So the penalty gives him a first down. A handoff comes to Nacho Miller. And he is stopped at the 47. Closed captioning for tonight's broadcast is sponsored by KFC. Finger looking good. Nacho Miller, instantly one of our favorite players.
Yeah, for sure.
Not much for Nacho there. Sawyer Friesen on the stop. Let's see number 54 in action. Fighting off the block. Getting the tackle with some help from you-know-who. Henderson is a guy you think might be in danger of cramping up. He's the one who's just doing so much on every play. I don't think if he ever gets to come out to take a breather, not even on the punt team. Matthews looking deep. Has a receiver over the middle. Makes the catch. Jakai Vasquez.
Once again, just very composed. Time in the pocket, allows these routes to develop, finds Vasquez right in behind that second level of defenders, lets him clear, and then delivers an accurate throw to move the sticks.
1st and 10, sponsored by JR Sports, ramming over the competition. Ooh. Tough carry there by Lee Williams. He was gang tackled, and of course, Henderson, one of those in on the stop. He just seeks out contact on either side of the ball, doesn't he?
I don't know what type of recruiting attention that Will Henderson is getting, but he diagnoses and gets to the football about as fast for a high school linebacker as I've seen doing these broadcasts for sure, but in a long, long time.
Miller. Not too much there on that play. Ran into Jacob Percival, number 77. They're down in 4. Matthews moving Miller around in the backfield. And then a timeout taken by Garza. Those are the kind of things that you expect to see on the first game.
Yeah, you know,
maybe not recognizing the formation or not sure where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
They'll take timeout, so we will as well. It's 20-7, 6:28 to go in this third quarter. You're watching Friday Night Rivals. All right, welcome back to another fabulous feature here on Les Schwab Tires, their Cheer Challenge. Brought to you by Les Schwab Tires and the Justin Garza group in the red, and winners on the near side. Again, the Cheer Challenge is brought to you by Les Schwab Tires. And they love it everywhere we go.
Yeah. Very competitive, too.
Miller takes the handoff, gets inside the 20 down the sideline, knocked out of bounds inside the 10, spotted about the 9, so it should be 1st and goal. Another first down, sponsored by JR Sports, ramming over the competition, and we're seeing some of that tonight. Yeah, ramming over competition on both sides.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of it from 44, but it's just a physical game. Week 1, man, these kids came out ready to hit. Nice little show of speed to get to the perimeter right there for Nacho Miller, picking up that first down.
Yeah, Miller getting a lot of opportunities here in the second half. There's a swing pass out to Gama, Francisco Gama, down the sideline and into the end zone for the touchdown. Touchdown sponsored by Porta Subs, your neighborhood sandwich shop.
And it looked like just a little now pass. A run was called, but Caleb Matthews just stood up, delivered a strike right to Francisco Gama. A couple nice blocks in front of him, and he does the rest. Tiptoeing down the sideline for a touchdown.
Yeah, he worked around his blockers and cut to the outside, and he was gone.
It's another well-executed drive. A little bit of run, a little bit of Caleb Matthews diagnosing what Emmanuel was doing defensively, finding some open receivers in that time. Number advantages on the perimeter. Get the ball quick to your weapon and let them go to work.
The extra point by Ivan Alvarez is put up and through. So the Guardians extend their lead here in the second half. It's now 27-7. Have to be feeling pretty good so far about your first game of the season, your first game in existence as a varsity crew.
Yeah, you start fast, and you take some punches from Emmanuel. We're able to sustain some drives, but kept them off the scoreboard, right? Lovie Smith, let them move the ball. We don't really care how many yards they pick up, but we're going to keep them off the scoreboard. And that's really the difference. Emmanuel has put themselves in position to put points on the board. They were not able to do it. Every time Garza's had the opportunity in the red zone to put points on the board, they've taken advantage of that.
So Alvarez will kick off. Comes to the near side and gets past Jason Romo into the end zone for a touchback. Now let's go back downstairs to Kevin Miller.
Friday Night Rivals is powered by the United States Army. I am here with Sergeant Hernandez and Sergeant Cochran and the Justin Garza Guardians. Oh, yeah. And Sergeant Cochran, what was your inspiration to join the Army?
Well, the inspiration came from family tradition as well. All my uncles, dad served, so I wanted to continue that family tradition. Unfortunately, I'm the only one that went Army, though.
Copy that. All right, and you're proud to do so. And, we appreciate our partnership with the United States Army, and we always appreciate this time in the third quarter. What's about to go down?
We're about to do some push-ups right here. Hey, we're going to see if these Guardians can outdo me and Sergeant Hernandez in a push-up contest.
Oh, that's impossible. Or is it possible? Guardians, are you ready? All right. Sergeant Cochran, are you going to lead us?
All right.
I'm going to get down, too.
3, 1, let's get it.
Let's go. All right. So,
this may keep pace with me.
The 13th season, game 1.
First ever kick return.
First ever kick return. First ever varsity game. This is the first ever push-up challenge for the Guardians. I think I'm on 56. But then again, I didn't take a lot of math courses. And I don't know what lactic acid is really, but it could be more than Hernandez! Hernandez! You got him! Let's keep going! Ralph and Cam, you can really take this back to the football whenever you want, because it's been a minute since I've been done, bro. This guy's still going?
He's still going. You gotta let him go too.
Okay. Wait, focus on him for a second.
One more. You can be.
No way!
A highlight for him, Mr. FNR.
Mr. FNR almost lost his first push-up competition since I've been around, but no, victorious. Well done, Mr. FNR, Mr. Push-up.
Mr. Ice Bath number 2. He and Will are going to be icing down.
Yeah, we talked about the adjustments that Justin Garza needed to make defensively. They have made those adjustments defensively in the second half. Keying on 44, but more guys at the line of scrimmage, more guys down in the box to take that run away, forcing Emmanuel. If they want to sustain drives, they're going to have to do something different. Perfect answer starting the second half.
Fans during the fourth quarter tonight, you can find out who our player of the game is, sponsored by Donald P. Dick.
Have we ever had a player of the game from a losing team? Because I don't.
Good question.
I'm not saying that that's going to happen tonight, but just it's possible. The best player on the field so far has been 44.
For a sustained time, yeah.
Although Caleb Matthews has 3 touchdowns, right? London Alexander has 2 touchdowns.
I got Matthews with 2 TD passes. Romo has the only touchdown for Emmanuel.
Right. You're right. Aurelio
had that short touchdown after the turnover. And London Alexander with the kick return and the pass reception. And nothing there in the passing game for Emmanuel. Coming in for the sack, that's Brian Singh, number 74.
Tough sledding. Play action. Don't give the ball to Henderson. But, I mean, this Garza defense, they're keying 3rd and long. Either you're handing the ball to 44, so I'm coming downhill, or you're going to play action pass, try to throw it on 3rd and long, so I'm going to continue and try to get to the quarterback. Just open gate. Good finish. Vicene getting to the quarterback, forcing Emmanuel to punt the football away.
Yeah, all the way back to the 12. Punting from his end zone. Bartaglia gets it away. And Alexander gets it on inside the 30, so they're going to have great field position. And already with the 27-7 lead. 3.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Kind of hold your breath whenever number 3 gets his hands on the football, but Henderson was able to stop him right there, just inside the 30.
Yeah, this is an explosive junior, London Alexander. Going to do a lot of really good things for this Justin Garza football team.
Right after the game, stay tuned for World's Funniest Animals. That's coming up on CW 59. Oh, Matthews' pass is intercepted and taken out across the 10. Pushed down at about the 14. Tyler Romo, another member of the Romo family, steps into the spotlight.
The freshman and Matthews looked like he had Vasquez running down the sideline, just on the move, underthrew him a little bit, had him wide open down the sideline. Really first poor decision, and it wasn't really a poor decision, just poor execution on that throw. Set his feet a little bit better on the run, delivers a little stronger throw. That's 6 points for the Guardians, but nice job Tyler Romo taking advantage of a mistake by Caleb Matthews.
And he did it without gloves.
That's tough, man.
Bare hands
that
out there
tough.
with the interception. All right, Horn turns and hands it off. Henderson. And stuff is not there like it was in the first half. And I don't know, maybe he's losing some steam. But a short gain there. Pickup of, call it 2, 2nd and 8.
Just really good adjustments.
Yep.
Garza got into the locker room at halftime, went over exactly what Emmanuel was doing. I mean, it's some formation keys that they've been able to identify to know where the football is going. I mean, Emmanuel was not complex in the first half. Based on formation, they were running the same plays over and over and over. They were just executing and finding space. Really nice adjustment from Garza in the second half.
Yeah, Henderson still fighting. They'll probably give him progress out to the 20. Fans, be sure to join us when Friday Night Rivals returns in 2 weeks with the Clovis West at Lemoore game on September 2nd. It's right here on the Central Valley's CW 59, 2 weeks from tonight. He looks like he's really feeling it now, and especially on a play like that.
Yeah, I mean, he might have gotten hit by all 11 defenders on that play and kept bouncing, kept rolling, finally hit the ground.
3rd down and 3. He'll try it again. He's going to be about a yard short of the first down. So now what do you do? Do you ask the guy who's been getting yards for you all night to get one?
Yeah, I think you're Josh Henderson. Your whole program is built on physicality, taking the fight to your opponent. I have the most physical player on the football field. I need a 1.5 foot. I'm going to give him the football and believe that he's going to pick up that 1.5 foot. Or hard count. Try to get this Garza defensive line 4th and short. Try to get him to jump off sides.
They've been able to do that many times tonight.
But if not, I think 44 is going to end up with the football in his hands.
Oh, and he got it. You were right. They picked up penalties.
Dead ball foul, encroachment against the defense, 5-yard penalty, results in a first down.
Picked up penalties as a result of that hard count all night long.
Yeah. I know what Garza is going to be working on this week in practice. It's not jumping off sides on a hard count, not jumping off sides when the offense takes their three-point stance. One kind of glaring deficiency, really the only glaring deficiency in this first varsity game for the Garza Guardians.
Direct snap to Henderson. And there are collisions every time he's carrying the ball. Guy we're not seeing tonight is Jason Poole. He's a senior receiver, defensive back, 6'3", 185. And Coach Henderson says he's the best player on the team, but he's got a knee issue and is not playing tonight.
Well, if he's even close to the best player on the team, that's a big loss, because number 44 is putting work in tonight.
All right, tonight's third quarter has been sponsored by Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi for an incredibly fast and powerful connection. Only from Xfinity. We have played three quarters. 27-7 is our score. We'll be back with quarter number 4 after this. Tonight's fourth quarter is sponsored by the U.S. Army. We begin the fourth with Garza ahead 27-7. Justin Garza High School playing its first varsity game, first ever for the school. And if you joined us late, the opening kick was returned 88 yards for a touchdown. How do you break in a program, or how's that for breaking in your program? Will Henderson now, he's looking a little more like he did in the first half, and he picks up 11, maybe 12 out across the 40 to the 41. Once he gets a little opening, he has a great acceleration, and then all of a sudden he's blowing people away.
Yeah, once again, just allowing the blocks to develop.
There's the opening, and then bam.
Yeah, finishes physically. He got a 4 or 5 minute rest in between quarters. That's one of the longest rests he's got all night. And came back and picked up a first down on his first carry. Not a lot of space in this second half so far that time. A good job by Emmanuel pushing some guys off the football and giving Henderson some space to hit.
First and 10 sponsored by JR Sports, ramming over the competition, and on that first down play, Henderson lowers his shoulders, pushes it out to the 44.
I wonder how Mom feels about Dad just grinding the son down to nothing. But I mean, he hasn't missed a beat. He hasn't slowed down all night. I mean, he's continuing to run as hard as he did in the first quarter in this fourth quarter.
Well, there were moments in that third quarter where he looked like he was really feeling it, but now he's got a burst of energy here in the fourth. And he looks like he did in a dominant first half. Another big gain there out to the 49. Be about 2 yards short of the first down.
I'd be curious to see how, what his numbers look like at the end of the season. Carries, yards, tackles. I mean, I know over 100 tackles last year in the middle of this defense.
Yeah, he and Romo combined, they say, for more than 200 tackles.
I mean, they're going to do that again. He might end up with 200 tackles himself if they play 3 or 4 playoff games, because he's been all over the place tonight.
Quickly up to the line. Henderson cuts it back. Pushes defenders across the midfield stripe. And he'll have enough to pick up first down. Another 1st and 10, sponsored by JR Sports, ramming over the competition. They'll spot it at the 48-yard line of Garza.
No, this is a really nice test for Emmanuel coming out against Justin Garza, much larger school. You know they're going to have an athletic advantage, but kind of look at the schedule. Mission Oak, Fowler, Firebaugh, Mendota, Reedley, Sierra Pacific, Exeter. I mean, these are games that Emmanuel is going to take this experience and build on, and they are going to be tough to beat with any team on their schedule. Central Valley Christian at the end of the season, but I mean, that's a schedule that if this Emmanuel team shows up like they've shown up tonight every week, they're going to have a really nice season.
5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Both teams will be able to take a lot of good out of tonight's game.
Yeah.
And it's got to help them down the road. You're right. Coach Henderson was very successful in Southern California, so he knows what he's doing, and he knows how to build a program and wants to do it the right way.
I write 22 blasts. That's what he just said. Let's see if Henderson gets the ball right up the middle of this offense.
And he went off the left side, picks up another 1st down, takes it down to the 30.
Okay, he said I write 23 blasts because he went left.
Just crossing up the defense.
Yeah, just, one of my favorite runs. I write 22 blasts. Let me get downhill and deliver some punishment. That's exactly what Will Henderson did. Man, just...
And it resulted in another 1st and 10, sponsored by JR Sports.
I don't know if I've been as impressed as I am with Will Henderson with any player that we've covered. And we've covered a lot of really, really good football players. Nobody has done the type of work that Will Henderson has done tonight.
Yeah. Oh, now Henderson stopped for a loss. Lost about 2. Caden Owens, number 9, in on that tackle. Tried to change direction and kind of slipped out from under him as the defender got there.
Yeah, really first time that we saw him try to do something that wasn't there. Owens had the perimeter. There was no space outside. He tried to bounce it, but really nice job by Caden Owens keeping his leverage, keeping that outside arm free, forcing the ball back inside. When Henderson tried to bounce it, he was right there to make that tackle for loss.
Second and 12. And timeout before the snap, taken by the Eagles. $7:33 to go. They'll talk it over. Coach is right in there delivering the news, isn't he?
Yeah.
The Salute to Cheerleaders is sponsored by Yosemite Falls Cafe. Not just a cafe, lunch and dinner menu has something for everyone. There's some hard workers in that group. This is not easy being a cheerleader.
And it's not for the faint of heart either if you're standing up on those pyramids.
Yeah. And trust me, we parents are not too
yeah,
we're worried about that too.
I'm glad that I don't have a daughter on top of one of those pyramids for sure.
All right, so let's see what they've come up with on the 2nd and 12. Hand off to Henderson. He got out of a loss and made a short gain. They'll spot it down around the, let's see, we're going to respot it at the 28. So third and 8, they're saying.
We saw on the first drive from Emmanuel, just a quick out. Trey Romo catching it from Jay Corn. We really haven't seen them go back to that. Just that quick passing game. Get the ball out quickly. Get in some space. Allow someone to make a move and pick up some positive yardage. Something that's going to be needed as this game nears the end.
Another timeout taken by Emmanuel before this big 3rd and 8 play. 3rd and 9. Let's call it 3rd and 9. Have to get down to about the 20. Right after tonight's game, stay tuned for World's Funniest Animals. That's coming up on the CW 59. All right, tonight's Smile Cam is sponsored, as always, by Toyota. I don't see a lot of smiles in there. There they are. Yeah, fun times.
First varsity game ever, and they have celebrated all night like it's the first varsity game in school history.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they can always say they were there.
Yep. Setting the standard of year 13 student sections right off the bat.
Henderson breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, carrying defenders all the way down to the 10-yard line. Boy, another big run by Will Henderson, and that kind of energizes him as he comes out of the pile with the football.
Oh, now
looks like he's a little hurt, too.
I think he's
cramping up.
I think he's fighting a calf cramp. Those things are the absolute worst.
Hey, fans, you can watch tonight's football game on a replay. Just head over to YouTube and search for Friday Night Rivals on CW59. Tonight's game will be available early next week. Click on the FNR logo. So it's a 1st and 10 sponsored by JR Sports, and we're in the Toyota red zone. Henderson looking for the end zone. Very short gain. So 2nd and goal.
I'll take this kid on my team all day long. I don't care who we're playing. I don't care where we're playing. I don't care what position he's playing. That dude has a spot on my team because, man, he is given everything he has and more. I mean, everything he has every single time, every snap. Just giving it everything he has.
And he's saying, give it to me again.
I don't know if he's saying that right now, but he might get it anyway. I don't think it matters.
Henderson to the 5 where he's bent backwards. Drop there. It'll be 3rd and goal. Boy, even the defenders are helping him. Fans, stay tuned at the conclusion of tonight's game for the post-game wrap-up and the presentation of the Donald P. Dick Player of the Game. That's coming up during the post-game wrap.
I don't know what the conversation is at the Henderson house, but if I were the head coach
of a
football team, if I were the head coach of a football team and I was working my son like this, I don't know what the conversation would be when I get home. That's all I'm saying. He obviously can handle it. He's handled it all night, but man, can you give my boy a break? Like that's all I can hear.
Well, yeah, but if Dad comes back and says, hey, you know, our best play is handing it off to number 44, He'll probably do it more times the next game.
That's very true. Can you just give him one play off a drive, 2 plays off a drive?
Yeah, I don't know what's taking so long in these huddles.
Right.
Henderson into the end zone, touchdown. There's the payoff for the big guy. Oh, man. He's worked all night long, and that's his first touchdown, right? Yeah. Boy, he's been working hard all night. Here's another look at the Porta Subs touchdown. Porta Subs, your neighborhood sandwich shop.
It's like that little down play, putting that lead blocker in front of him, getting the ball quick.
Yeah, look at the line. Guys are giving him an escort.
Battering ram.
Yeah. Extra point is up and through, so just what the coach wanted at halftime. One of those sustained drives and finish the drive. Well, you got the finisher, the closer, right there. That's the guy, number 44.
Yeah, I think he would have closed one in the first half. Just a bad snap really just took him out of that last drive at the end of the first half. Man, I'm speechless.
We're kind of trying to decide who's going to be, the player of the game. It's kind of tough to pick a player of the game in a game like this.
Depends on the rules, who the player of the game is. But yeah, Caleb Matthews, first varsity start, leading this offense, very impressive. London Alexander, you launched the football program with an 88-yard kickoff return. Hey, there's still 4 minutes and 51 seconds left.
Okay.
We don't know what's going to happen. I assume this is going to be an onside kick, and you never know.
Tartaglia with the hot shot. And it's covered up there by Caden Owens. So that's where Garza will start. 4:47 to go in the game. You expect Garza is probably just going to try and eat up some clock itself now. Greer, the ball carrier, out to the 48, and they'll be in no hurry to run plays now. Gain of 5.
It looks like Will Henderson stretching out on the sideline, maybe some cramps. But this is a different defense without him on the football field.
Well, you're right. When you take a guy out who can play like he plays defensively. Greer gets it again. A stutter step down to the 45 and stop there as we hit 4 minutes. That'll move the chains. 1st and 10, sponsored by JR Sports, ramming over the competition. letting that clock run down to 3.5. But now they're going to throw. Pump fake. Slings it over the middle, and it is complete.
Yeah.
London Alexander made the catch. There's a penalty flag. And let's see what that's about.
That was supposed to be a screen, I think, that was not thrown on time. So there were some linemen downfield. Ball was caught. Which is my favorite penalty to see called because it's never called ever.
No.
Offensive lineman downfield all the time.
I've seen you in action involving that call, yes. At a Fresno State game.
Yeah, I just...
Eligible man downfield.
Cam got very animated about...
10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
About that penalty.
Boise State, yeah.
Yeah, that was a joy to watch.
It's just against the rules, you know? Like, there are rules for a reason. You have to follow the rules, that's all. And sometimes it's just not called. Pretty impressive sidearm sling, though, from Caleb Matthews.
Well, he's a quarterback. You know he wants to sling it. Nacho Miller across midfield. Taken down at about the 47, 46-yard line. The clock then continues to run. 2:50 to go.
44 is back in, so bodies are on the ground.
Yeah, that's... is that Mari Bogan, number 4, who's not getting up? Here's another look.
Ooh. I hate to see that, just blocking on the perimeter.
Yeah, it's collateral damage there.
Just get knocked into that, hits that knee.
Ooh, knocked into your own guy, yeah. Gonna get up and be helped off the field, favoring that left leg.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay.
So it's 2nd and 12, 2:41 to go. Matthews will give it to Greer. And he is met by number 44, who's back in the game and making plays on defense. Yeah, Will Henderson's had an amazing night.
Speechless, really speechless.
Be sure to join us when FNR returns in 2 weeks with the Clovis West at Lemoore game. That's September 2nd, 2 weeks from tonight, right here on the Central Valley CW 59. Third and 9 for the Guardians. Caleb Matthews letting as much time run off as he can. Approaching a minute and a half left in the game. Hands it off to Nacho Miller. And he's going to be tackled after virtually no gain by Jason Romo. Lost a yard back to the 45. Fourth down, clock running down near 1 minute to go. They're going to take the penalty here. Delay.
I don't think they've had a punt tonight, so you got to work live punt reps. You can't replicate live reps in a game in practice, so.
Ryan Singh is going to punt it away for Garza. And if he kicks it in the middle of the field anywhere, I think Henderson's going to get his hands on it. Oh, nearly a block, and it's contact, and there's the flag. So there'll be a penalty on Emmanuel.
I think that was just running into the punter. I don't think that was roughing the punter.
Let's see what the call is.
Just 5 yards. Does he want the penalty? Does he want the penalty, or does he want the play?
Oh, more behind the scenes stuff tonight here. Not just the guys in the truck, but the official. Okay, they declined the penalty.
First down, here we go.
So Emmanuel will take over. Eagles will be at their own 35. Check that, they'll be at the 45.
I think the sticks are back at the moment.
The sticks aren't moving.
Yeah,
there you go, back at the 35. They're trying to figure out where it's supposed to be, where the ball should be.
They were a little confused.
There they go.
They didn't have to move.
The guy with the stick's going to have to move down to the other end again. There he goes with the number 1. Okay, 26 seconds to go.
Uh-oh.
First man through is Henderson to the 45 and upended there. Timeout or stops the clock just to move the chains. They don't have any timeouts left. So you got to get up on the ball.
I wanted to see what was going to happen if he got a full 20 yards head of steam.
Get a running start.
A safety back in the middle of the field. I made the mistake at the end of the half one time. Brandon Jacobs with 30 yards, me with 20 yards, and for some reason I tried to tackle him and it was a mistake. And that was what was about to happen on that one.
Not able to get off another play. Time will run out, and Justin Garza High School celebrates its first varsity victory and its first varsity football game. And for Emmanuel, that guy, Will Henderson, gave it everything he had tonight. And we'll hear from him again.
No doubt.
We'll see him down the line.
I'm telling every college coach that I know,
yeah,
you need to check this kid out, man, because I have not seen anything like him in a long time.
Tonight's fourth quarter has been sponsored by the U.S. Army. (27-14) is our final score tonight. Garza with the win. And that first ever win. Got to be nice. You never know, right?
Right.
How long is it going to take for a new team to get that first win and to get it right out of the gate? Has to be feeling pretty good right now. Plays made tonight on both sides, but too many offensive weapons for Garza. Too many options, things he can do, not just run the ball, but throw the ball and then get the big play in special teams to get things started. Welcome back to our post-game wrap. Now we toss it down to Kevin Miller with the presentation of the Donald P. Dick Player of the Game Award.
It's only fitting that we are here with the victorious Justin Garza Guardians! Yeah! Oh, yeah. That's what we do. First varsity game, our first game of season 13 for Friday Night Rivals, and y'all are the winners. That is fantastic. And let's give it up for Coach Ferris. Coach, young squad, but you guys came out to play tonight. What did you learn about your team?
Well, we knew that this team wasn't scared of anybody, that they're going to play and they're going to compete. And what we found out tonight is that they can play physical, very physical too, with a very physical football team. That Emmanuel team is extremely physical, and Coach's son, 44, is a stud. He was hard to bring down, and our boys rose to the occasion. And it was nice to see them play a physical football game and hold their ground.
Right on. And Coach, while you were heading over here, guys were talking about weightlifting tomorrow, so they're ready to keep on being physical. Right, guys? Yeah, there we go. And then, of course, we've got the player of the game, the Donald P. Dick Player of the Game, otherwise known as the Mr. Cool Player of the Game, because his game is as cool as ice. That's number 3, London Alexander. So 2 touchdowns, including the first play, the kickoff return, taking it to the house. How did you guys get it done tonight, London?
So we came out knowing that we would have to hit them hard off the start. And then they kicked the ball to me. I got my blocks, and I scored.
Yes, you did, and you guys scored all night to that victory. Congratulations, Donald P. Dick Player of the Game, London Alexander. And one more time, let's make some noise, the Justin Garza Guardians! Yeah, Ralph Cam, back to you.
All right, thanks, Kevin. Thanks to the Guardians for putting on a show tonight in their very first game. That was fun.
It was.
What were your impressions?
I mean, you started off with an 88-yard kickoff return. It's
Where do you
hard,
go from there?
You know,
right?
it's hard to beat that play one. But I mean, a very poised young football team. Really, 2 poised young football teams. Both sides very young. But really, I mean, a few mistakes, encroachment, but the execution part of the game was clean. Good decisions, not a lot of mistakes. I thought very impressive play on both sides.
Okay, now time for the play of the game, brought to you by Jack in the Box, home of breakfast served all day. And here it is, the first play of this game. And watch it. London Alexander, 88 yards on the opening kickoff, the very first official play in the history of Justin Garza's varsity team, and it goes for a touchdown. And it kind of set the tone for the night. They went on to win it, 27-14.
Setting traditions. I mean, it's no better start ever than, we took the very first play of our entire varsity program to the house.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, how do you top that for your first play?
That's it.
First play ever.
Set in stone.
Touchdown bomb, maybe a guy runs 80 yards for a touchdown, but I don't know, you don't see it very often. And certainly the opening kickoff is you're barely getting settled into what's going on, and wham, you get hit with that.
Statue time, right?
It was pretty fun.
Put a statue of London Alexander out, taking that kick to the house.
Yeah, well, it was a fun night. We're going to have another fun night next week off, but in 2 weeks, got another game, Clovis West and Lemoore. We're looking forward to that one.
Yeah, going to be, 2 programs on the rise. Athletes all over the field, a couple of D1 kids that we're going to be able to check out. Excited for that one in a couple weeks.
All right, let's take a final look at the highlights as we head out and send you on your way. But then there's Cam's spot up in that tower again. We got to get you there. I'm telling you. Yeah, first night jitters, not so much. We saw some big plays by some big playmakers. Hey, and we even had the guys coming in on parachutes. A great night for opening night. Season number 13. It continues in 2 weeks for the entire crew here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you September 2nd.